Hey guys, tonight we begin with the rather tangled lives of the most inbred women in medieval history. Born of cousins and wed to uncles, sometimes both. These women found themselves entwined in the age-old customs of royalty, where familial ties wove together the fabric of both bloodlines and power. Before you settle in, I invite you to take a moment to show your appreciation by liking the video and subscribing. But only if you truly find joy in what unfolds here. Share with me in the comments your location and the time on your clock as you join this journey. It's truly captivating to witness the diverse souls gathering from every corner of the globe. Now, let us lower the lights, perhaps activate a fan to create a gentle, soothing hum, and together, we shall embark on tonight's adventure. In the year 1479, Juana of Castile entered the world as the third offspring of two highly significant figures who also happened to be closely connected by blood. Her parents were Ferdinand of Aragon and Isabella of Castile, the legendary duo who backed Columbus's voyage, expelled the Moors, and intriguingly believed that marrying cousins was still a clever strategy. Juana hailed from the illustrious Trastamara dynasty of Spain, a lineage steeped in the age-old custom of familial unions. When she finally made her entrance, the royal lineage had been roused just enough to be considered alive, yet not sufficiently to escape the shadows of emotional turmoil, persistent sorrow, and the rather unfortunate Chin. In her teenage years, Juana found herself sent to Flanders to wed Philip the Handsome, a figure whose name belied the reality of his appearance, revealing instead a strikingly Habsburg lineage. He was her kin. Indeed, he certainly was. In a grand tapestry of history, the Habsburgs reveled in their passion for amassing crowns, all the while turning a blind eye to the whispers of genetic caution that surrounded them. In the beginning, the scene was filled with hope and potential. Juana possessed a sharp mind, captivating beauty, and was said to be deeply enamored with Philip. Regrettably, Philip found his affections wandering, captivated not by her, but by the allure of every woman who stood apart from his marriage. Juana's fiery spirit and envy clashed with a court accustomed to the chill of indifferent unions and tepid loyalty. When Philip met his untimely end, rumored to be from typhoid, perhaps even a twist of fate, Juana found herself struggling to cope. She would not allow herself to be torn away from his lifeless form. Indeed, there was a steadfast refusal. As she journeyed through the landscapes of Spain, she had his coffin by her side, pausing now and then to lift the lid and gaze upon him, ensuring he was still with her in spirit. Perhaps a tale of medieval romance, perhaps a bit unhinged. Indeed, her political adversaries, and there were plenty, seized upon this behavior with fervor. Her father, Ferdinand, wielded it as evidence of her unworthiness to govern. Her son, Charles, who would later become known as Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor, followed suit. In a twist of fate, the two men took the reins of power in her absence. As she spent the majority of her days in the nurturing embrace of a convent, was Juana truly unhinged? The debate among historians continues to unfold. Whispers abound that her mind was clouded by sorrow and isolation, deepening the shadows of her affliction. Some contend that she was merely a political liability in a society where an emotional woman, particularly one who recognized her husband's infidelity, was seen as committing an act of betrayal. In any case, Juana transcended the role of a mere tragic figure. She embodied a tempest of regal expectations, tangled family ties, and the most unfortunate ways of dealing with life's challenges. In a tale where fate weaves its threads with certainty, Maria Anna of Spain would undoubtedly be the one to claim the prize for the most expected genetic result. Her son gazing at the trophy with innocent wonder, oblivious to its significance. In the year 1634, a remarkable tale begins, with the birth of Maria Anna, the cherished daughter of King Philip III of Spain, and his cousin, Margaret of Austria, whose bond was emblematic of the fervent connections within the Habsburg lineage. In a twist of fate, Maria Anna found herself wed to her uncle. Indeed, it's not a mere distant relative or a second cousin twice removed. It's her very own uncle, Ferdinand III, Holy Roman Emperor. When your family lineage resembles a continuous loop of aspiration, why not embrace it fully? Maria Anna possessed a sharp intellect and a deep sense of devotion, effortlessly navigating multiple languages. She was astutely aware of the political landscape and radiated a genuine kindness. She graced the imperial court with her presence, embodying a lineage that echoed through generations, much like the fading clarity of a photocopy. What is her most remarkable impact on the course of history? Bringing forth Charles II of Spain, a monarch whose lineage was so intertwined that he stands as a remarkable figure in the annals of royalty, managing to remain seated upon his throne despite the odds. Charles came into possession of more than just the crown. He bore the weight of the Habsburg legacy, marked by an imposing jaw, a fragile chin, persistent ailments, an inability to father heirs, and whispers of a cognitive struggle. He grappled with fundamental tasks like eating and speaking, which, to be honest, is something many can understand before their morning coffee. However, it becomes less forgivable when one is at the helm of a global empire. Could it be that Maria Anna was to blame for all of this? Absolutely not. While she may not have been the originator of Habsburg matchmaking, she certainly contributed to the enduring family legacy of transforming political alliances into bold genetic experiments. With a heart full of love, she stood as a steadfast guardian for her son, shielding him through the delicate chapters of his life. She took on the role of regent during his youth, striving to protect him from the cunning schemes of the court, a task akin to halting a food fight in a room brimming with famished toddlers wielding daggers. In the year 1696, the world lost Maria Anna, just a year after the passing of her beloved son. The Spanish Empire, which she played a pivotal role in bringing forth, soon began its descent into chaos, culminating in the War of Spanish Succession, a conflict ignited, in part, by the unfortunate reality that Charles II was unable to secure an heir, as was all too evident. Have you ever pondered the outcome when a family approaches marriage as if it were a mere equation? Look no further than the tale of Isabella of Habsburg. In the year 1501, a remarkable girl named Isabella came into the world. The offspring of Philip the Handsome, that very figure ran Juana of Castile, who was often referred to as Joanna the Mad. Yet, one might argue that Joanna, the understandably stressed, would be a more fitting title for her in this tale. Thus, Isabella became the sister of Emperor Charles V and the niece to a significant portion of Europe. Her DNA unfolded like an ancient tale, a royal recipe recited through the ages, a foundation of Habsburg, a hint of Trastamere, and devoid of any novel elements. At the tender age of 17, Isabella found herself wed to Christian II of Denmark, a monarch renowned for his ambitious reforms, unpredictable antics, and an aura that suggested he was merely a single unfortunate breakfast away from waging war on the very furniture around him. Their coming together was, as one might expect, a blend of calculated intent and palpable discomfort. Isabella and Christian were cousins, naturally, but what truly intertwined their fates was the way her Habsburg lineage spiraled like an ancient tapestry, rich with history and intrigue. She was meant to weave a tapestry of stability, allure, and political gain, perhaps even masking the reality that her lineage resembled a tangled wreath more than a proud family tree. In the grand halls of the Danish court, Isabella found herself facing a harsh reality. Christian's reign was fraught with turmoil. He faced an uprising, found himself imprisoned, and ultimately faced exile. Isabella trailed behind him with unwavering devotion, a testament to either the depths of true love or the weight of inherited stubbornness. In the shadow of court intrigues and the weight of political exile, her health waned over the years. At the tender age of 24, she met her untimely end, with whispers of complications from childbirth or illness, exacerbated by the relentless pressures of royal life. Their offspring carried on the esteemed legacy of natural inbreeding. Among them was Dorothea, who wed Frederick II, Elector Palatine, a union that resonated with the Habsburg legacy. For this dynasty, beyond the allure of striking features and noble titles, lay a deeper ambition to ensure that every family gathering unfolded without the need for name tags. In the year 1498, Eleanor of Austria entered the world, a time that placed her in a delicate position, caught between the vibrant pulse of the Renaissance and the weight of countless royal expectations. Born to Philip the Handsome and Juana of Castile, she was the elder sister of Charles V, embodying the remarkable lineage of the Habsburgs with an undeniable flair. In her early days, a space filled with anticipation and negotiations, and in her adolescence, a collection of near unions that never quite came to fruition. Once upon a time, she found herself betrothed to none other than Henry VIII of England. Yet fate had other plans, and that promise faded away. Fortunate indeed. Avoiding that specific union was perhaps one of the rare instances where the tangled web of Habsburg lineage might have actually enhanced someone's existence. In a twist of fate, Eleanor found herself wed to Manuel I of Portugal, a man significantly her senior, and, intriguingly her first cousin once removed. In the realm of royal unions, this is akin to the medieval equivalent of tying the knot with a neighbor from just down the corridor. In a tale of remarkable twists, she ascended to the throne as Queen of Portugal, bore 2 children, and faced the sorrow of widowhood before reaching the age of 30. Thus, it seemed only fitting to arrange for her to wed once more. This moment belongs to Francis I of France, a man who once found himself in the clutches of her brother, Charles Vr, the allure of romance. Francis regarded Eleanor with a certain detachment, perceiving her not so much as a partner in life but rather as a strategic alliance, a political gesture bearing the insignia of the Habsburgs. In the quiet corners of their union, warmth was a stranger, and the laughter of children never echoed through their halls. He devoted far more hours to his mistresses than to his queen, while Eleanor occupied herself with reading, prayer, and the art of graciously feigning ignorance. Even as the wife of the King of France, Eleanor held steadfast to her Habsburg heritage, and who could falter for that? Though their lineage may have been intertwined, their actions were as certain as the rising sun. Eleanor, a figure of resilience, outlived both her husbands and gracefully stepped back into the political shadows. Passing away in the year 1558, she was celebrated for her devout nature, serene demeanor, and the extraordinary skill of navigating 2 royal unions without igniting a scandal, a feat worthy of admiration in her lineage. Her life unfolded like a profound tale of quiet resilience. While she may not have ignited conflicts or controversies, she perfectly fulfilled the role expected of a Habsburg woman, uniting with a cousin, ensuring the continuation of the lineage, and maintaining the illusion that the family resemblance wasn't intensifying with every passing generation. In the year 1485, Catherine of Aragon entered the world. The daughter of Ferdinand of Aragon and Isabella of Castile, a formidable duo in Spain's history, whose lineage often posed a challenge for those tracing their ancestry. In the grand tapestry of 2 united kingdoms, Princess Catherine found herself adorned with all the riches one could dream of: wealth, education, noble titles, and a lineage that intertwined like the verses of an ancient ballad. By the time she reached the tender age of 3, Catherine found herself promised to Arthur, the Prince of Wales, the firstborn of Henry VII. But what could have led to such a fate? In a delightful twist of fate, Europe's royal families often found themselves entwined in a web of cousinly unions, each match adorned with the elegance of matching coats of arms. Catherine and Arthur shared a distant kinship as second cousins, tracing their lineage back to John of Gaunt, a connection that, in the grand tapestry of nobility, was but a whisper of relation. In the year 1501, they exchanged vows. But alas, just 5 months later, Arthur met his untimely end. Did the union encompass intimate connections? That question would weave its way through the tapestry of English history, igniting the flames of the Reformation and leaving lawyers in a perplexing dance for generations to come. In the midst of it all, Catherine found herself ensnared in a web of diplomatic uncertainty, a young widow navigating the complexities of life in England, devoid of a husband, her dowry lost to the winds of fate, and yet still a mere piece on the chessboard of royal machinations. Here comes Henry VIII, the younger brother of Arthur, who would ultimately become her second husband. It's a rare occasion when you find yourself uniting 2 sons from the same lineage in the sacred bond of marriage. Ah, the Trastamaras, masters of the art of recycling names, titles, and, it seems, even partners in life. In the tender days of their youth, warmth and love enveloped them. Catherine possessed a keen intellect, an elegant demeanor, and a sharp understanding of the political landscape. She bestowed upon Henry honor, a bond with Spain, and 5 pregnancies, yet only one endured. Mary, who would come to be known as Mary I, found herself in a tale of longing and disappointment. Her father, Henry, yearned for a son, while Catherine, after enduring years of loss and sorrow, was unable to fulfill that wish. That's when the atmosphere shifted from uncomfortable to catastrophic. Henry asserted that their union was not legitimate, as Catherine had previously been wed to his brother. Catherine, with the Pope's support, firmly declared it to be legitimate, and so unfolded the tale of the most dramatic annulment request the world had ever seen, filled with fervent theological debates, looming political threats, and a resolute king who, in his quest for freedom, forged a new church to escape his bonds. Catherine faced exile, her title taken from her, condemned to a life of solitude. Yet she clung fiercely to the belief that she was the true wife of Henry until her final breath. Though her lineage was noble, there was an air of intrigue that surrounded her essence. Her union wove itself into the fabric of English history, not through the clang of swords or the whispers of treaties, but by serving as a poignant reminder that unions forged within the family tree seldom conclude without turmoil. In the year 1480, a remarkable figure emerged into the world, Margaret of Austria, the sole daughter of Emperor Maximilian of Austria and Mary of Burgundy. Born into the illustrious Habsburg lineage, her family tree resembled a whimsical circle, crafted by a young sovereign with grand aspirations. From the very beginning, Margaret's journey was woven with the art of strategic packaging. At the tender age of 3, she found herself betrothed to Charles VIII of France. At the tender age of 12, she found herself cast aside, much like an unwanted wedding present, when Charles chose to wed another Anne of Brittany, who brought with her the allure of more favorable lands. Margaret, with a blend of humiliation and poise, is said to have declared, "I shall be revenged," and indeed, she went on to command half of Europe, so one must acknowledge her prowess. Her second engagement was to Juan of Castile, the son of Ferdinand, and Isabella, and, of course, her cousin. As fate would have it, the union was crafted to strengthen the bonds between the Habsburgs and the Spanish, ensuring that their lineage remained closely intertwined. Juan's life slipped away soon after they exchanged vows, leaving Margaret barely out of her teens to grapple with the weight of two royal rejections, one a matter of her own choosing, the other a cruel twist of destiny. Though suitors came knocking, including a son of Henry VII, Margaret chose to turn them away. She had gracefully stepped away from the grand game of royal unions. She chose not to remarry, pouring her heart into the realms of governance, creativity, and the intricate dance of navigating her family, a challenge that was anything but trivial. Chosen by her nephew, Charles V, to govern the Netherlands, Margaret wielded her intelligence, diplomatic finesse, and unwavering Habsburg resolve to navigate the complexities of the region. She wove together treaties, navigated the tumult of provinces, and stood as one of the rare women in Europe who held genuine power. Perhaps due to her illustrious Habsburg lineage, and also because she wasn't preoccupied with the task of producing an heir for her uncle's cousin. Amidst the swirling tales of dynastic intrigue that surrounded her, Margaret navigated her days with a remarkable absence of scandal. She gathered art, supported music, and even endeavored to impart some fundamental ruling skills to young Charles, a task that seemed thankless given that he ascended to the throne at just 19, and was connected to nearly everyone on earth. In the year 1530, Margaret met her untimely end, a fate sealed by a seemingly trivial foot injury that spiraled into something far more dire. In those medieval times, the art of healing was a complex tapestry, often leading one to the grim conclusion that even the slightest ailment could herald a tragic demise. She stands out among the Habsburg women, known more for her impactful policies than her lineage, although that lineage was undeniably marked by significant inbreeding. In the year 1188, Blanche of Castile entered the world, a period when the noble class viewed cousin marriages as strategic alliances rather than potential biological pitfalls. Born into a lineage steeped in history, Blanche emerged as the granddaughter of the formidable Eleanor of Aquitaine and the powerful Henry II of England, and as the daughter of King Alfonso VIII of Castile and Eleanor of England. She carried within her veins a legacy richer than mere blood. As soon as she took her first steps, her family began weaving intricate plans about which relative would become her destined partner. Who emerged victorious? Louis VIII of France, a distant cousin of hers, more than a distant relative at the holiday gathering. It seems we have a common lineage. Is it still appropriate for us to proceed with this? But in the realm of medieval royalty, one must remember that if your beloved did not share a branch of the family tree, it was deemed a grave misstep in the art of diplomacy. At the tender age of 12, Blanche embarked on a journey across the sea to France, destined to unite with Louis. His father, the formidable King Philip II, is said to have remarked, "She is small, but she will grow enchanting." In the year 1200, they exchanged vows, propelling Blanche into a world of strategic alliances, fervent devotion, and the delicate art of overlooking the tangled web of shared lineage that bound her to her husband's forebears. Blanche was far more than a mere figure of ceremony. Upon Louis's ascension to the throne, she took on the role of queen consort, and following his passing, she emerged as the true force guiding the realm. As the guiding force for her young son, Louis IX, who would later be known as Saint Louis, she governed France with the wisdom of someone acutely aware of the precarious nature of her expansive family. She orchestrated grand campaigns, quelled uprisings, and skillfully preserved the realm, all while deftly maneuvering through the skepticism of barons who questioned her authority. For she was a woman, and bore a hint more Castilian heritage than they favored. With a blend of tact, strength, and the occasional confinement within her own walls, she responded. In her very essence, Blanche embodied the culmination of countless generations intertwined through time, a tapestry of English, Castilian, and French woven together, forming a resolute little queen. If DNA possessed a warning light, hers would have been flashing with fervor. She possessed a deep devotion, a fierce shield for her offspring, and was certainly not to be taken lightly. Louis IX would eventually be canonized, yet it was Blanche who ensured his survival long enough to achieve that revered status. Anne of Bohemia and Hungary entered the world in 1503, a moment that, in the grand tapestry of Habsburg lineage, signified the intertwining of royal blood and familial ties, a legacy woven into her very essence. Her lineage traced back to Władysław II of Hungary and Bohemia, alongside Anne of Foix-Candel. Though the name Anne might evoke a sense of intriguing heritage, one should not be deceived. This was still a complex web of carefully orchestrated royal connections. From a young age, Anne understood that her fate was sealed, much like a prized diplomatic briefcase destined for important negotiations. In 1521, at the tender age of 18, she found herself wed to her double first cousin, Archduke Ferdinand of Austria, who would rise to become Ferdinand I, Holy Roman Emperor. Indeed, a double first cousin, which means they shared both sets of grandparents, creating a fascinating mirror match. In today's world, the idea of marrying your double first cousin would certainly turn heads. In the realm of the Habsburgs, it fostered dynastic stability, while perhaps also increasing the likelihood of birth defects. Ah, the delicate dance of priorities, isn't it? In the face of genetic uncertainties, the union shimmered with political promise. It brought together the Habsburgs with the regal crowns of Hungary and Bohemia. It also brought forth 15 children. Indeed, 15, for if one is to weave together the threads of royal lineage, why not do so with utmost care and precision? Anne was portrayed as devout, compassionate, and responsible, a subtle way of indicating her lack of complaints, all while serving as the adhesive in a vast and intricate European political tapestry. She journeyed alongside Ferdinand through his grand imperial campaigns, gracing numerous courts across Europe, each stop a testament to the Habsburgs' enduring reign and their fondness for family unions. Tragically, Anne's life came to an early end in 1547, perhaps exhausted by the relentless demands of motherhood, governance, and the delicate art of navigating her family's intense affections for one another. Though she never witnessed Ferdinand ascend to the throne as Holy Roman Emperor, her legacy ensured that the Habsburgs devoured Central Europe as if it were a bargain find. Anne of Bohemia and Hungary's life unfolds as a fascinating tale of noble lineage, a woman born into a dynasty that valued alliances over affection, stability over reason, and yet, remarkably, she became the matriarch of half the emperors across Europe. In the mid-14th century, Joanna of Naples, or Joanna I, as she was known, navigated a world where cousin marriages were not merely a trend, but a vital tactic for the survival of the noble class. In the year 1326, a child named Joanna graced the world, the daughter of Charles, Duke of Calabria, and Marie of Valois. From her very first breath, she bore the weight of royal legitimacy, marked by the intricate tapestry of cousinly connections that surrounded her lineage. Her family tree resembled a tangled bowl of Mediterranean spaghetti, rich with intertwining strands and vibrant connections. On one side stood the illustrious French house of Valois, while on the other loomed the formidable Angevins of Naples. Her uncles held the title of kings. Her cousins were likewise kings, and the suitors who sought her hand were destined to be kings and cousins as well. Joanna's first husband was Andrew of Hungary, a cousin by blood, weaving their fates together. In a tale of kinship, the union was a clumsy political alliance orchestrated by the Pope, a combination seldom leading to joy and harmony. Andrew was said to be quite the unsavory character, drawing little affection in Naples, much like the dreaded plague rats. Joanna found herself in a state of discontent, as did the Neapolitan nobles. Shortly after, Andrew ascended to the throne. As Carula, his life was abruptly cut short, likely by strangulation with a curtain cord. And it is suspected that Joanna was either aware of or complicit in this dark turn of events. Let us refer to it as a shared discord. She embarked on a journey of love, marrying 3 more times. First to Louis of Taranto, her cousin, then to James IV of Mallorca, another cousin, and finally to Otto of Brunswick-Grubenhagen, a minor noble whose connection was surprisingly distant, adding a touch of scandal to her tale. In a world where marrying within one's own family could be a competitive sport, Joanna took the plunge not once, not twice, but 4 times. In the realm of politics, Joanna commanded an undeniable presence. In her own right, she commanded Naples, boldly confronting the papacy and championing reforms in a kingdom steeped in corruption. At one point, she faced excommunication for supporting the wrong pope during the tumultuous period of the Western Schism. One can truly gauge the art of medieval politics when both kin and the Holy See conspire for your demise. In a twist of fate, she found herself usurped by Charles of Durazzo, a kin who seized the opportunity to invade Naples. Captured and confined, her life met a tragic end as she was silenced forever, smothered beneath the weight of a pillow, which, considering her history with husbands and family, could have appeared strangely reminiscent. In a time when men held the reins of power, Joanna of Naples emerged as a formidable ruler, navigating the intricate web of alliances through marriage across various family lines. Her life concluded in the embrace of a figure likely connected to her great-grandmother, weaving a tapestry of history that echoes through the ages. In the year 1566, a remarkable figure emerged, Isabella Clara Eugenia, the offspring of Philip II of Spain and Elizabeth of Valois. Their union, a marriage of close cousins, reflected a time when the Habsburgs had transformed from a mere family into a carefully orchestrated genetic endeavor, all under the watchful eye of royal finances. From the moment she could grasp a quill, Isabella was being prepared for her destiny, which, in the intricate web of Habsburg lineage, involved mastering the arts of diplomacy, faith, and the delicate dance of overlooking the fact that many of her uncles were also, in a sense, her cousins. Her father, Philip II, held a deep affection for her. This could be attributed to her intelligence and grace, or perhaps it was her choice to remain compliant and within the bounds of family ties. She stood as a formidable contender for the vast Spanish Empire, yet the relentless shadow of male preference loomed over her destiny, dictating that her future would be entwined with marriage, inevitably to another Habsburg. In the end, she found herself united in marriage with Archduke Albert of Austria, a bond that also tied them as cousins. Ah, if that caught you off guard, then you're in for quite the adventure on your inaugural day, delving into the world of European royalty. Together, they were named co-sovereigns of the Spanish Netherlands, a charming phrase that masked the reality of governing a politically tumultuous region, fraught with ceaseless uprisings, all while answering to Madrid. In the face of adversity, Isabella embraced the moment with unwavering determination. With a mind sharp as a blade and a heart ablaze with fervor, she commanded her realm, embodying the serene poise of one who had absorbed the wisdom of every papal encyclical, all while deftly overseeing the intricate dance of her courtiers. Her union with Albert was said to be joyful, or at the very least harmonious, perhaps due to their shared essence that allowed for a silent understanding between them. Upon his passing in 1621, Isabella took the reins, governing alone in service of the Spanish crown. She embraced her sacred commitments and donned the attire of a nun, yet her spirit remained unyielding. She skillfully navigated the intricacies of peace treaties, deftly managed the delicate balance of provincial loyalty, and ensured the smooth operation of a functioning post office. Indeed, the Habsburgs placed their faith in her abilities to navigate the complexities of war, quell rebellion, and manage logistics. That's nearly divine. In the year 1633, Isabella departed from this world, her legacy etched in history as one of the most capable rulers of her time. Her reign was a unique chapter in history, a time when the legacy of Habsburg inbreeding yielded not merely twitchy chins and unpredictable rulers, but a remarkable display of true competence. In the year 1457, a remarkable child named Mary of Burgundy entered the world, the sole offspring of Charles the Bold, the Duke of Burgundy, and his beloved Isabella of Bourbon. What she was destined to receive: a vast expanse of European territory, a lineage that held its head high with a legacy of noble unions bearing well-known names, and the anticipation that she would unite with another aristocrat, sharing the same storied heritage. At the tender age of 19, Mary found herself thrust into a world of power and peril, her father, Charles the Bold, having fallen in battle. With his untimely demise, she inherited the weighty mantle of leadership over the wealthiest yet most tumultuous duchy in all of Europe. All were drawn to the allure of Burgundy, Once upon a time, there were the French, the Habsburgs, the neighbors, and the cousins. Particularly the cousins. In a bid to bring stability, Mary entered into marriage with Maximilian of Austria, who would one day become the Holy Roman Emperor. And, as fate would have it, her second cousin once removed. A noteworthy encounter by the standards of the Habsburgs, where the options for companionship were essentially limited to the family, endlessly circling one another. The union was a masterstroke of political strategy. Maximilian gained entry to the rich Burgundian lands, while Mary found herself paired with a dynamic partner, adept at both wielding a sword and crafting treaties, sometimes accomplishing both in a single afternoon. Though it was a union of strength, whispers of tenderness emerged, a truly audacious twist in the realm of arranged marriages. Yet, her time in power was fleeting and filled with intensity. She found herself ensnared in a web of French aspirations, defiant Flemish towns, and courtiers who believed a woman's place was only in the shadows of governance. Her hands busy with domestic tasks, while the world turned around her, Mary stood her ground, bestowing the significant honor of expanded rights upon her subjects, firmly establishing her authority in tandem with her husband, all while managing the medieval equivalent of a thriving enterprise with a child cradled on her hip. Then, in the fateful year of 1482, calamity descended upon us. In the midst of a hunt, where the aristocrats reveled in the thrill of danger, Mary found herself unseated from her horse. In a tragic twist of fate, she suffered a broken back, leading to her untimely demise at the tender age of 25. In an instant, everything changed. A heart-wrenching conclusion that found Maximilian draped in black, while Europe rushed to secure the futures of their young ones. Her passing marked a pivotal moment. Once a realm of great independence, Burgundy found itself woven into the fabric of the Habsburg Empire, all thanks to her son, Philip the Handsome. Indeed, that would be Philip, the individual who united with Joanna the Mad and bequeathed his striking jawline to a significant portion of Europe. In the year 1717, Maria Theresa of Austria entered the world as the sole surviving offspring of Emperor Charles VI. Her arrival was greeted with indifference from the royal court, for she was not the son they had hoped for. Yet Charles, with his unwavering hopefulness, or maybe just oblivious to the intricacies of European politics, proclaimed the Pragmatic Sanction, an elaborate imperial decree that essentially declared, "Yes, I recognize her gender, but she is still entitled to the empire. Understood?" And so, the tale unfolds. Europe was far from pleased with that turn of events. Upon the passing of Charles VI in 1740, Maria Theresa found herself the heir to the vast Habsburg territories, along with a tangled web of diplomatic challenges. Almost every European power questioned her claim to the throne. What is the reason behind this? For she possessed the boldness to wear a crown. A woman who had yet to bind herself in marriage to a first cousin. In truth, she had indeed. Maria Theresa entered into a union with Francis Stephen of Lorraine, a distant cousin, as fate would have it. From their union blossomed a remarkable lineage of 16 children, among them future emperors, queens, and the illustrious Marie Antoinette. Indeed, the one about the cake for all. With such a multitude of descendants, Maria Theresa did not merely bequeath the crown. She also bestowed upon them the very essence of her lineage. Yet, let there be no illusion. This was not a sheltered ruler, cloaked in luxury and seclusion. Maria Theresa emerged as a formidable leader during her time, wielding influence and power with remarkable skill. Amidst the trials of motherhood, she transformed the military, revamped the tax system, streamlined the bureaucracy, and brought education into the modern age, all while welcoming a new life into the world. Nearly every other year, it's the sort of multitasking that would make even the most accomplished modern supermams appear as if they're just dabbling. And yet she remained a Habsburg, embodying a tradition of meticulous oversight, unwavering Catholic devotion, and an instinctive inclination to unite her offspring with the same select families time and again. The outcome, a complex tapestry of Habsburg relatives, now sprawling across Europe like a tenaciously cultivated royal vine. She reigned until her passing in 1780, having outlived her spouse, endured numerous conflicts, and guaranteed that the Habsburg name remained prominent across the continent for yet another generation, or 5. Her son Joseph, known as Joseph II, Holy Roman Emperor, took up the mantle of the empire, and her lineage pressed forward with unwavering determination into the Age of Enlightenment. In the year 1384, a tale began with the birth of Yolanda of Aragon, a figure of nobility from her very first breath to her final rest. She was the cherished daughter of King John I of Aragon, and Violent of Berk, destined for a life steeped in the grandeur of royalty. In essence, she boasted a lineage adorned with more illustrious names than the average person had teeth. And of course, her family tree resembled less of a sprawling oak and more of a tangled web, where many of her kin also served as prospective in-laws. Yolanda's upbringing was nothing short of majestic. She possessed a sharp intellect, a keen understanding of the political landscape, and, by the standards of her time, held opinions that could be deemed perilously bold. This rendered her not only a coveted asset in the realm of lineage, but also a tempest for those anticipating a serene sovereign. What about her marriage? Louis II of Anjou, a French prince, and indeed her cousin, for what could symbolize true love more than a lineage intertwined through shared great-grandparents. In her role as Duchess of Anjou and Queen Consort of Naples, albeit merely in title, Yolanda was a restless spirit. Never satisfied with the quiet life of stitching coats of arms, she wove the intricate tapestry of alliances, funded the valiant armies, and, interestingly enough, was among the rare royals who not only backed Joan of Arc, but also navigated the treacherous political waters that followed, as her husband flitted from one throne to another, chasing dreams he could never truly grasp. It was Yolanda who deftly managed the realm. With a commanding presence, she rallied armies, brokered treaties, oversaw vast estates, and wielded the true power in Anjou. She orchestrated the marriages of her children to other royals, frequently choosing cousins, and took it upon herself to ensure they were armed with the necessary political advantages and just the right amount of Habsburg lineage to be deemed legitimate. Her son René of Anjou earned the title of the Good, perhaps due to the sharp intellect he inherited from his mother, along with just a portion of her family's lineage. Through the union of her daughter Marie and Charles VII of France, Yolanda found herself entwined in the very fabric of the French throne. This connection not only granted her significant influence, but also the remarkable ability to steer the military endeavors of Joan of Arc, all without ever having to wield a sword herself. Yolanda was not merely a name woven into the fabric of a royal tapestry. In a time when few women dared to step beyond the shadows, she emerged as a formidable force, commanding influence, without the need for a crown. In the shadows of every feeble monarch and power-hungry commander, there lingered a Yolanda, often sighing and adjusting the map with a knowing glance. In the year 1442, she took her final breath, having triumphed over adversaries, spouses, and the darkest days of the 100 Years' War. She bore the marks of her lineage, yet her sharp mind and strategic prowess made her a force to be reckoned with, rivaling the very kings she deftly maneuvered around. In the year 1446, a remarkable figure named Margaret of York came into the world, the daughter of Richard Plantagenet, Duke of York, and Cicely Neville. These two noble souls were so steeped in grandeur that they seemed to stumble into every room, their heraldry trailing behind them like a royal tapestry. In the grand tapestry of history, Margaret, sister to Edward IV and Richard III, was woven with threads of intrigue and daring choices, destined to navigate the intricate dance of courtly affairs amidst the tumult of the War of the Roses. In a twist of fate, she found herself wed to Charles the Bold, Duke of Burgundy, a figure renowned for his relentless ambition, a fearsome military fixation, and, importantly, yet another link in the intricate web of familial ties that spanned across Europe. Their alliance in 1468 was driven not by love, but by the intent to stir unease in France. Margaret infused the scene with a sense of English grandeur, while Charles contributed a notably sharp beard and an unwavering determination that was hard to overlook. In the midst of political maneuvering, their union emerged as one marked by respect and, one might even venture to say, a certain degree of functionality. Margaret found her place seamlessly within the vibrant atmosphere of the Burgundian court, a realm that felt less like a dusty medieval past and more akin to a social media scene, brimming with silks, exquisite tapestries, tiny dogs, and an alluring fixation on embroidery. Her sharp intellect and masterful diplomacy swiftly bestowed upon her the esteemed title of the Great Lady of the Netherlands. She welcomed dignitaries with grace, skillfully managed the court's finances, and took charge of correspondence whenever Charles was off on his grand adventures, often igniting conflicts he never quite resolved. After his demise, as one might expect in the throes of battle, Margaret did not simply fold away her gowns and fade into the shadows. Indeed, she reaffirmed her stance with unwavering conviction. In a remarkable turn of events, she assumed the role of regent and protector for her stepdaughter, Mary of Burgundy, while also serving as a trusted advisor to her stepson-in-law, Maximilian of Austria. Indeed, that is the Maximilian who wed Mary, spreading the Habsburg name into various European branches with an air of undeniable pride. Though Margaret never bore children, her impact on the realm of dynastic politics was nothing short of remarkable. She played a pivotal role in the upbringing of Philip the Handsome, who wed Joanna the Mad, and ultimately brought forth Charles V into the world. So, if you're curious about the origins of that dynasty's grandiose, chin-heavy ambition, look no further than Margaret's influence in its early days. In the year 1503, she took a final breath, having outlived her brothers, many of her adversaries, and the waning splendor of Burgundy's golden age. Though she didn't weave another thread into the tangled family tapestry, she certainly tightened it with flawless grace and a hint of regal self-satisfaction that promises endurance. In the year 1519, a remarkable figure emerged from the illustrious, yet often tumultuous Medici lineage of Florence Catherine de' Medici, destined to leave her mark on history, though not technically born into the tangled web of Habsburg lineage. As she had a few Nunc-Cousins in her ancestry, Catherine quickly wove her own intricate narrative by marrying into the French royal family and giving rise to a lineage of genetically intertwined monarchs. Her husband was Henry II of France, not a blood relative, yet undeniably a perfect political counterpart. The union was one of careful planning. In a captivating tale where Italy intertwines with France, wealth dances with military might, and the ambition of the Medici collides with the intrigue of Bourbon drama, Catherine, in her own way, embraced the change with remarkable agility. She stepped onto the soil of France, a stranger with no power to wield, her accent-raising eyebrows, accompanied by the ever-watchful presence of Diane de Poitiers, her husband's openly acknowledged lover. Unfazed, Catherine devoted 10 years to subtly forging connections, mastering the art of courtly deception, and nurturing a growing brood. Precisely 10. Indeed, many of them would eventually find themselves wed to their cousins. For although Catherine was not born into the Habsburg lineage, she undeniably mastered the art of parenting in a manner befitting their legacy. When Henry met his fate in a jousting mishap, a rather dramatic end for one so concerned with bravado, Catherine ascended to the role of Queen Mother, stepping into the spotlight as the most formidable woman in France. In a grand tale of power and intrigue, her sons Francis II, Charles IX, and Henry III each donned the crown in succession, while Catherine, ever the cunning strategist, ruled from the shadows, guiding their reigns with her wisdom and influence. She held her Catholic faith close to her heart, yet navigated the political landscape with a certain adaptability. In the tumultuous 16th century France, this often led her to sponsor Protestant weddings at one moment, and orchestrate the brutal slaughter of Protestants at those very celebrations the next. The tragic events of St. Bartholomew's Day massacre unfolded in a tumultuous time, marked by conflict and strife. It was a day that would be etched in history, a narrative of sorrow and upheaval that captured the hearts and minds of many. That incident certainly cast a shadow over her standing, even for a woman who wove her daughters into the fabric of 3 prominent European dynasties. That was deemed rather extravagant. Catherine found herself at the center of blame for nearly every misstep. In a time marked by fierce conflicts of faith, the lavish excesses of the court, and an unsettling frequency of mysterious poisonings at grand feasts, the tale unfolds. Yet, she was more than just a figure of her time. She was a champion of creativity, a master of tactics, and through her deft maneuvering, she kept the Valois dynasty lurching onward, even amidst relentless conflicts, defiant nobles, and family gatherings that surely called for food tasters and copious amounts of wine. In the year of our Lord 1589, she met her end, her political ambitions exhausted, yet her mind still weaving intricate schemes. What she leaves behind: a lineage of nobles, strikingly alike, who governed with a captivating mix of charisma, a touch of Catholic remorse, and fervent embraces among relatives. In the days of ancient Greece, the act of drifting into slumber held a significance far beyond mere rest. It was a hallowed ritual, a connection to the celestial. Nowhere was this more vividly illustrated than in the Asclepia, the dream temples devoted to the healing god, Asclepius. These were not mere cozy inns or quaint shrines. They were vast spiritual havens where the ailing, the fatigued, and the dreamers gathered, seeking not only healing but a profound metamorphosis. In these sacred spaces, The ritual of preparing for slumber was not merely about slipping beneath the covers. In the beginning, there was the sacred act of cleansing. In a time long past, the devoted embarked on a journey of sacrifice and purification. They would endure days of fasting, immerse themselves in holy waters, present offerings of life, and refrain from earthly pleasures and even the whispers of forbidden thoughts. The aim was to purify both the body and the soul prior to entering a state of incubation, a sacred slumber where visions of healing could unfold. Within the abaton, a shadowy and intimate chamber, seekers would ultimately recline upon cold stone slabs or soft animal hides. Flickering torches danced upon the walls, while priests murmured sacred prayers and the fragrant incense curled into the air. Slumber in this place was a deliberate journey into a different world. Dreams held a profound significance, seen as direct messages from Asclepius, weaving together symbols and sometimes strikingly clear guidance for the journey of healing. Imagine a vision where serpents glide gracefully across your skin, an unusual yet promising omen. In the ancient tales, snakes held a revered place in the lore of Asclepius, embodying the essence of renewal and the touch of the divine. Indeed, the temple grounds were often graced by the presence of non-venomous snakes, particularly in the serene sleeping chambers. Indeed, individuals willingly surrendered to slumber amidst serpents, viewing it as a sacred privilege. As dawn broke, the temple priests, resembling dream analysts more than healers, gathered to unravel the mysteries of the visions. At times, they would recommend the use of herbal concoctions or adjustments to one's dietary habits. At times, the dream emerged as the remedy, thought to have restored harmony to the soul or spirit. The dream temples of ancient Greece revealed that slumber, for those in the past, transcended mere biological need. It was an enchanting journey, a dialogue with the divine. And if fortune smiled upon you, that midnight whisper from the heavens could not only heal your wounds, but also reshape your destiny. In the land of ancient Egypt, slumber was not just the void of consciousness. It was a tiny demise, a moment when the essence, or spirit, departed from the physical form and roamed through ethereal dimensions. To navigate that journey and shield the dreamer from dark influences, the Egyptians crafted sleep rituals that blended mysticism with medicine, intricately interlaced with their cosmic perspective. As the night descended, a captivating ritual unfolded among the Egyptians, particularly those of the affluent or priestly circles, who engaged in intricate evening practices before surrendering to slumber. The fragrant smoke wove its way through the narrative, becoming a pivotal element in the unfolding tale. Frankincense and myrrh transcended mere exotic aromas. They served as sacred instruments in ancient rituals. Igniting these resins was believed to purify the air of malevolent spirits, summon the blessings of the divine, and soothe the restless soul. The smoke danced upward, a silent messenger carrying prayers to the heavens, enveloping the sleeper in a cloak of divine protection. Then arose the melodic chants and prayer recitations, often resonating through the air as priests spoke them aloud, or softly murmured by individuals in quiet contemplation. These incantations were more than mere lullabies. They served as powerful spiritual shields, calling upon divine beings such as Thoth, the wise guardian of dreams, and Bes, the stout, lion-faced deity who kept nightmares and malevolent spirits at bay. Visions of Bes often adorned headboards, intricately carved or vividly painted upon the walls of bedrooms. His monstrous visage was crafted to send shivers down the spine of any creature hiding in the darkness. The bedroom was transformed into a sanctuary of tranquility. In times long past, beds were elevated, crafted from woven reeds or sturdy wood, with some adorned by built-in amulets or protective symbols, whispering tales of safety and comfort. In a time long past, peculiar headrests, seemingly bizarre by today's standards, were thought to ensure that the soul remained in harmony with the celestial bodies while one slumbered. For the Egyptians, the direction held great significance. In ancient times, people often chose their sleeping direction in harmony with the rising sun or the constellations, such as Orion, which were deeply intertwined with the myths of Osiris and the mysteries of the afterlife. In times of restless nights or when seeking guidance from the divine, one might find solace in a temple, particularly those honoring Serapis or Imhotep. Here, the sacred practice of dream incubation unfolded, echoing the ancient rituals of Greece. In this space, slumber was welcomed with melodic chants, fragrant oils, and swirling incense, all with the purpose of seeking wisdom from realms unseen. For ancient Egyptians, the ritual of preparing for bed transcended mere comfort. It was a sacred dance, a symphony of movement designed to unite the body, spirit, and universe. Slumber held a perilous allure, a revered realm brimming with untold potential. In the heart of ancient Babylon, the boundary separating dreams from destiny was as delicate as a whisper. Sleep was not merely a passive endeavor, it was a realm where omens danced, spirits whispered, and divine messages unfolded. The Babylonians held their dreams in high regard, so profoundly, in fact, that whole careers blossomed in their wake. In the realm of dreams, the Shalu emerged as skilled interpreters, guiding both kings and commoners through the nightly visions that danced before their eyes. As night fell, the Babylonians engaged in sacred rituals, weaving a tapestry of protection to invite the most benevolent dreams into their slumber. Whispers of ancient lore tell us that dreams were not mere figments of the imagination, but messages woven by the hands of deities such as Marduk and Ishtar, as well as shadows cast by demons and restless spirits roaming the night. In a time when shadows whispered of dark intentions, individuals adorned themselves with amulets, tucked protective tablets beneath their beds, and inscribed mystical symbols around their sleeping spaces, crafting a celestial shield against the unseen. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the air was infused with the fragrant essence of juniper, cedarwood, and tamarisk, as sacred smoke curled and danced through the home. This served a purpose beyond merely perfuming the atmosphere. Legend spoke of its power to cleanse the surroundings and bring harmony to the divine. To the Babylonians, sleep was not merely a time of rest, a passageway to the celestial realm, where the deities favored an unblemished threshold. In the hushed hours of the night, the Babylonians would whisper their prayers and incantations, weaving a tapestry of hope for prophetic dreams to unfold before them. In whispered tones, these invocations sought illumination, a shield against deceptive glimpses, and a secure journey through the realm of dreams. For those seeking wisdom on pivotal choices, be it the call to arms, the nurturing of the earth, or the tender act of proposing, they might find solace in a sacred space or beneath the vast expanse of the heavens. Engaging in a time-honored tradition known as dream incubation, it was a longing for the divine to weave a dream so rich, so clear, that it would illuminate the path for the dreamer's come dawn. As the dreams unfolded, they were etched onto clay tablets, often adorned with sketches that captured their essence. As the years unfolded, the Babylonians wove together intricate dream dictionaries, vast collections of symbols and their meanings, each page a portal to the mysteries of the night. A vision of a lion could symbolize triumph in conflict. Envision the depths of despair, anticipate treachery lurking in the shadows. These books held such power that their very framework would go on to shape the dream analysis of both Greek and Roman thinkers. To the Babylonians, dreams held profound significance, woven into the very fabric of their existence. Each night unfolded, like a tapestry woven with the threads of celestial whispers, offering glimpses into the intentions of the gods. It was a sacred opportunity, one that required the right rituals and the blessing of divine favor to truly understand the messages from the ethereal realm. In the ancient Vedic world of early India, sleep transcended mere biological necessity. It unfolded as a cosmic event, rich with significance and wonder. Long ago, the ancient Vedic texts wove a tale of sleep, portraying it as a sacred journey. In this mystical realm, the Atman, or Soul, embarks on a voyage back to the universal spirit, Brahman, preparing for the cycle of rebirth that awaits with the dawn. As with any revered tradition, the journey into slumber demanded a careful approach, a sense of commitment, and a keen consciousness. In the rich tapestry of ancient Indian sleep culture, a vital thread was the practice of breath control, referred to as pranayama. Those who practiced were guided to still their thoughts and ease their breath as night approached, not merely to drift into slumber swiftly, but to harmonize their breath with the rhythm of the cosmos. This was not mere spiritual fluff. It was deemed vital to guide the spirit on its serene journey through the night. In the wisdom of the Vedic sages, it was understood that a restless night could weave a tapestry of mental confusion, disrupt the harmony of the spirit, or even cast shadows of unfavorable karma. Thus, the rituals were meticulously observed. As twilight descended, countless souls whispered their evening mantras, enchanting Sanskrit hymns that honored the divine or beckoned safety through the night's embrace. In the hush of twilight, a beloved chant filled the air, the Gayatri mantra, softly murmured as one turned towards the fading sun. The realm of slumber held great significance. To rest with one's head facing north was deemed an ill omen, for it was said to align with the shadowy domain of death. The south was shunned for akin motives. The favored path lay to the east, a journey toward enlightenment, or to the west, a retreat into tranquility. In ancient times, individuals embraced the comfort of natural bedding crafted from kusa grass, cotton, or animal hides, holding the belief that these materials held the power to shape the dreams of the soul. In the gentle embrace of night, oils and herbs wove their magic, guiding one towards the realm of dreams. In the annals of ancient wisdom, the sacred Ayurvedic texts unveil the soothing ritual of warm sesame oil massages before slumber, a practice revered as pure. This practice gently soothed the nervous system, eased the muscles, and set the stage for a more profound state of rest. Infusions crafted from ashwagandha, brahmi, or tulsi were savored or wafted as incense, inviting forth dreams that shimmered with clarity and wisdom. Dreams were regarded as mirrors of the soul's essence, molded by the threads of karma, longing, and purity. A haunting dream was not merely a coincidence. It served as a message that the spirit was in disarray. In certain instances, the art of deciphering dreams called for the wisdom of a rishi, or a spiritual guide. In Vedic India, slumber was not merely an escape. It was a homecoming, a gathering with a timeless essence, enveloped in the rhythm of breath, sacred words, and purposeful spirit. In the mystical realms of ancient China, especially within the rich tapestry of Taoist traditions, sleep transcended mere rest. It was a vibrant renewal, a moment when the body harmonized its inner forces and the spirit ventured beyond the tangible world. To sleep well was not merely a matter of fatigue. It was a dance with the universe, a symphony of balance and tranquility. In the realm of Taoist thought, the human body is seen as a vessel brimming with qi, a vital life force that dances through pathways known as meridians. Should this flow be interrupted, the quality of sleep would decline. As the day drew to a close, the evening rituals became a sacred dance, aimed at nurturing and harmonizing the flow of qi. In preparation for a restful slumber, this journey encompassed tailored diets, mindful breathing exercises, intentional postures, and the careful orchestration of sleep timing. You didn't merely retire for the night. You embarked on a profound journey of harmonizing your being with the cosmos and the ground beneath you. In the tranquil world of Taoist monks, there emerged a serene ritual before slumber, where graceful movements of qigong intertwined with the gentle rhythm of deep breathing, creating a harmonious prelude to rest. These moments were frequently accompanied by a tranquil meditation, aimed at soothing the shen, or spirit, thought to dwell within the heart. When the shen finds itself in turmoil, stirred by emotions, an inadequate diet, or the environment, the dreamer may encounter nightmares, restless nights, or even the unsettling presence of spiritual disturbances. The settings for slumber were thoughtfully crafted. In the realm of rest, beds crafted from wood or bamboo emerged, believed to nurture the harmonious flow of energy. The headrests were designed to be firm yet low, ensuring that the body's alignment was maintained and that circulation flowed freely. Rooms were frequently adorned with minimal decor, a deliberate choice to maintain a sense of calm and prevent overwhelming the senses. Cleanliness transcended mere preference. It embodied a vibrant essence of hygiene. The way one nestled into slumber held significance as well. Resting on the right side was thought to enhance digestion and bring forth clearer dreams. The alignment of feet and head followed ancient principles, echoing the foundations that would eventually blossom into the art of feng shui. Visions unfolded as odysseys of the hen, the delicate spirit. As the physical essence lingered with the body, the hen embarked on a journey through the realm of spirits during the night's embrace. When someone rose from slumber, feeling drained or filled with dread, it was said that their hen had either wandered off or faced a perilous encounter. In the quiet of the night, beneath a soft embrace of pillows, protective talismans and cinnabar-based charms were carefully tucked away, serving as guardians against wandering spirits. Taoists perceived dreams through a different lens. Not as a matter of psychology, they served as instruments of insight, guiding the way through the intricate web of energy and karma. Sleep. When embraced with intention, it transforms into a sacred ritual, a delicate dance of rejuvenation that whispers of eternal life, one night at a time. In a time long past, before the arrival of Europeans, numerous indigenous American tribes viewed sleep and dreams as portals to spiritual insight, ancestral knowledge, and profound personal change. Within the realms of the Lakota, Navajo, Hopi, and other nations, dreams transcended the boundaries of individual experience. These were messages woven into the fabric of the universe, carrying the weight to alter an individual's journey, or even the collective fate of the community. In the hush of night, each tribe wove its own rituals, Yet a common thread bound them: the belief that dreams served as a bridge to the spirit realm, often guided by the whispers of animal spirits, the wisdom of ancestors, or the presence of deities. In anticipation of this sacred bond, individuals partook in the time-honored practice of ritual purification. One prevalent practice was the sweat lodge, a ceremonial steam bath designed to purify both body and spirit. In a sacred dome, participants gathered, enveloped in a gentle mist, rising from heated stones. They raised their voices in harmonious chants, weaving prayers and songs that beckoned guidance and clarity as the night approached. For those on a journey toward profound insights, particularly young men stepping into adulthood, tribes engaged in a sacred rite known as the vision quest. This ritual encompassed fasting, solitude, and often the experience of sleeping under the stars for several nights. In a secluded spot, the initiate would create a humble space or circle, settling down beneath the vast expanse of stars, embracing solitude without food, water, or companionship. The aim transcended mere survival. It was to aspire and envision a brighter future. The dream would then be interpreted by tribal elders or shamans, often revealing the seeker's destined path, whether as a warrior, healer, narrator of tales, or a leader. In the tapestry of everyday life, numerous indigenous communities held a deep reverence for drum catchers, a cherished emblem that traces its roots back to the Ojibwe people. Above the bed, delicate strands of sinew and beads were artfully arranged, designed to sift through the realm of dreams. Only the sweetest visions were permitted to drift down, while the darker shadows were ensnared, waiting for the dawn to wash them away. For children, dream catchers served as guardians and symbols, guiding the young through a realm where dreams could impart lessons, offer warnings, or bestow blessings. The elders were held in high esteem, seen as guardians of dreams, possessing the wisdom to interpret the symbols and unveil the secrets woven into the fabric of dreams. Imagine a bear appearing in your mind's eye, a symbol of formidable strength, while a hawk soars above, whispering of clarity or perhaps a challenge that lies ahead. Dreams held a sacred place, often shared in the glow of flickering flames, intricately woven into the fabric of myths, and occasionally serving as a compass for the choices of the tribe. In the rich tapestry of indigenous American traditions, sleep emerges as a sacred conversation with the unseen, a journey not of escape but of profound awakening. In the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, where civilization first took root, the realm of sleep danced closely with the divine. In ancient times, the Sumerians, Akkadians, and later the Babylonians held a profound belief that each dream carried a message from the divine. They thought that the night was governed by mighty gods, who held sway over the visions that danced before the dreamer's eyes. Slumber was not merely an escape from the world, it was a vibrant realm of spiritual dialogue, where the art of preparation held nearly as much significance as the dreams that unfolded within. In the ancient realm of Mesopotamia, a vibrant tapestry of divine beings wove through the night, each one intricately linked to the mysteries of dreams and the shadows that danced in the dark. At the forefront stood Nanshu, the divine embodiment of social justice, prophecy, and dreams. Her temples embraced those in search of insights through visions, particularly during sacred festivals, when the barrier between realms was thought to be more delicate. Devotees would rest within the sacred temple grounds, yearning for divine insight through the ancient practice known as dream incubation. In the pursuit of profound dreams, individuals engaged in sacred cleansing rituals as they prepared for slumber. Imagine the scene, immersing oneself in the hallowed waters of the Euphrates or Tigris, the gentle flow washing away the mundane. Picture the ritual of anointing the skin with fragrant oils, each drop a whisper of devotion, as invocations to Nanchi, or Ea, the divine embodiment of wisdom and magic, dance upon the lips. In times of need, the wise ones would offer these sacred rituals, guiding dreamers through the shadows of illness, personal turmoil, or the weighty choices of governance. Within the walls of homes, the sleep chambers stood humble, yet imbued with a profound sense of spirit. Delicate clay tablets, adorned with inscriptions or protective charms, could find their resting place beneath pillows, or be gracefully hung near the bed, whispering tales of safety and serenity. Among these were spells designed to repel the dark forces of the night, such as Lamashtu, a terrifying female spirit, known for preying on women and children, under the cover of darkness. In the realm of ancient lore, the amulets of the demon slayer, Pazuzu, held a revered place, crafted to stand sentinel over the dreams of the weary, shielding them from the shadows of danger. The art of interpreting dreams held great esteem in society. Vision weavers or Baru gathered hefty tomes. Early dream lexicons crafted from ages of witnessed symbolism. These tablets wove a tapestry of dreams, sorting them by the rich threads of content, the creatures that danced within, the whispers of the weather, the flavors of food, the celestial wonders above, and the emotions that painted the night's canvas. A lion could foresee the favor of royalty. A house on the brink of collapse, whispers of looming calamity, in the ancient lands of Mesopotamia. The people became skilled in the art of interpreting dreams, weaving intricate tales of divination that spoke to the mysteries of the night. In ancient Mesopotamia, slumber was a vibrant tapestry of dreams and tales, never a mere act of rest. It unfolded like a sacred tradition, teetering on the edge of danger and blossoming into newfound understanding. Stepping into the realm of dreams was akin to crossing into the domain of the divine, where one must come equipped with heartfelt prayers, sacred oils, and talismans of protection. In the time of the ancient Celtic peoples, from the fog highlands of Scotland to the sacred oak groves of Gaul, dreams were regarded as gateways to another realm, a mystical domain filled with spirits, ancestors, and deities. Though the Celts may have left behind a more limited collection of written records compared to other ancient civilizations, the echoes of their oral traditions and the accounts from Roman observers unveil a tapestry of sleep rituals. These practices, particularly among the Druids, were steeped in symbolism, shrouded in mystery, and imbued with a sacred purpose. In the ancient realms of Celtic society, the Druids, revered as spiritual guides and learned sages, held a profound belief that in the embrace of sleep, the soul could journey into another realm, a domain not of the departed, but of profound truths waiting to be unveiled. In a realm that danced alongside the human world, dreams served as one of the few enchanting bridges connecting the two. To truly embrace it, one must prepare both body and spirit with care. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the evening's sacred traditions unfolded, starting with the cleansing embrace of fragrant herbs. In the realm of dreams and visions, mugwort, vervain, and yarrow stand as timeless companions. These enchanting plants were once burned or tucked beneath pillows, their essence believed to illuminate the clarity of dreams. The fragrant tendrils of smoke from these herbs were thought to gently part the curtain that separates realms. Some would carefully brew them into soothing teas or mystical potions before the night fell, sipping them softly while offering whispered prayers to the fair folk or their ancestral spirits. The selection of sleep spaces was a thoughtful act, guided by the principles of geomantic alignment. In the realm of ancient belief, certain hills, stone circles, and sacred groves emerged as mystical points of energetic convergence. These were the places where dreams danced with greater intensity, and the spirits whispered more readily to those who sought their wisdom. In the enchanting nights of certain festivals, particularly Samhain, when the veil between worlds thins, the Celtic New Year, and a time to honor ancestors beckons, it is said that souls would rest in these sacred spaces, hoping to catch whispers from their beloved departed, or divine messages from revered deities like Brigid or the mighty Dogda. In the quiet embrace of nature, some brave souls and noble leaders would seek the whispers of destiny through prophetic dreams before the clash of battle. They would retreat to the solitude of caves or the depths of forests, surrendering themselves to the night after enduring the rigors of fasting and the rhythmic cadence of chanting. These dreams were seen as powerful harbingers of triumph or disaster, and they were regarded with profound gravity. In the realm of dreams, symbols, danced animals, colors, and landscapes woven into the fabric of the Philly's journey. Celtic poets and seers, with their keen insight, transformed these visions into lyrical verse. A white stag could signify a profound change, while a dream of being submerged in a forest may hint at treachery lurking nearby. In the tapestry of Celtic mythology, dreams danced and intertwined, crafting the threads of individual fates and the rich narratives of the community. In the realm of the Celts, the night was alive with whispers and tales. It throbbed with murmurs from the unknown, drifting into the slumber of those daring or innocent enough to heed its call. In the mystical realms of ancient Japan, the delicate balance between slumber, enchantment, and the hidden was artfully traversed through a spiritual practice known as Onmyod, the path of yin and yang, in a rich tapestry woven from the threads of Taoist cosmology, Shinto spirituality, and Buddhist influences. Onmyod emerged as a guiding light for both noble courtiers and everyday folk. It provided them with the means to safeguard their souls in the realm of dreams and to uncover the profound messages hidden within their nightly visions. At the heart of Onmyod lies a captivating belief The night, a realm where the yin, concealed and often tumultuous, reach their peak strength. In the realm of slumber, one becomes an open vessel, susceptible to the whispers of malevolent spirits, the enigmatic yokai, yeri, as well as the sinister pull of bad kaimin, those unseen forces that sway the very direction of one's fate. In response to this challenge, practitioners embraced an array of pre-sleep rituals, weaving together elements of spiritual defense and purification. In a certain ritual, the act of placing feeder paper, talismans adorned with sacred spells, the walls of bedrooms, or beside sleeping mats, unfolded with significance. These charms were frequently imbued with blessings from an Onmi Yuji, a master skilled in the arts of astrology, divination, and exorcism. The talismans held the power to ward off spirits, trap nightmarish visions, and summon waves of good fortune. As the day drew to a close, it became a cherished ritual to ignite the fragrant incense crafted from sandalwood or aloes wood, filling the air with a soothing aroma. The aroma was thought to delight the guardian spirits and weave a cleansing shield around us. In the grand halls of noble households, one might find the soothing sound of ritual chanting, or the quiet recitation of Buddhist sutras, a practice designed to calm the restless mind and usher in the embrace of peaceful slumber. Those attuned to the ethereal realm would rest their heads toward favorable directions, steering clear of the north, a direction linked to the shadow of death. In a world where innocence was delicate, the young ones found solace in the embrace of engraved amulets, their surfaces telling tales of protection. Special dolls, guardians of spirit, were placed close by, ready to absorb the shadows and shield the light of childhood from any lurking negativity. These dolls, known as Hitagata, were believed to absorb the spiritual vulnerabilities of those who slept near them. In the quiet corners of life, dreams often found their way into the pages of private journals, or were whispered to monks and diviners, seeking meaning and insight. Should one find themselves dreaming of flames, crimson hues, or creatures, it may herald the approach of sickness, treachery, or a celestial message. On the other hand, visions of soaring through the skies, cascading waterfalls, or blooming lotus flowers may signal the arrival of spiritual evolution or divine gifts. In the realm of slumber, dreams whispered secrets, waiting for those who possessed the wisdom to decipher their meanings, and only for those who emerged from the darkness unhurt. In the eyes of the ancient Japanese, slumber held a weighty significance. It was a sacred tradition, a carefully crafted plan, and a profound journey undertaken each night, beneath the quiet gaze of celestial beings and twinkling lights. In a time long past, before Alexandria rose to prominence along the Egyptian shores, there existed Heracleion, a place the Egyptians referred to as Thonis. For centuries, it served as the gateway to Egypt, a bustling hub of trade, spirituality, and diplomacy, where Greek merchants, Egyptian priests, and foreign emissaries intertwined in a rich tapestry of culture. Yet, as the chroniclers of the late medieval era put quill to parchment, the once vibrant Heracleion had slipped into the shadows of time, its whereabouts lost to the ages, its name lingering only in the whispers of ancient texts and the echoes of half-forgotten legends. Though many brushed it off as mere folklore, akin to an Egyptian Atlantis, the truth was that it existed in reality. Once upon a time, Heracleion flourished in the embrace of the Nile Delta, where its enchanting canals meandered alongside grand stone temples and bustling marketplaces. Majestic statues of deities, such as Amun-Drab and Horus, loomed over the harbors, casting their divine presence upon the waters below. Vessels from Greece, Phoenicia, and distant lands arrived at the bustling port, eager to fulfill their obligations and gain passage into the heart of Egypt. In the annals of history, its customs house stood as a beacon of significance, a pivotal hub in the ancient world. In this sacred city, the pharaohs would gather to perform ancient rites, seeking the favor of the gods to validate their rule before ascending to the throne. What could possibly lead to the disappearance of a city like that? In the span of the 2nd to 8th centuries CE, the land was besieged by a tumult of natural disasters, each one weaving a tale of upheaval and change. In a tale of nature's fury, earthquakes shook the ground, while the relentless rise of sea levels brought forth a strange occurrence known as liquefaction, transforming the very soil beneath Heracleion into a quivering mass. This catastrophic dance of elements led to the tragic downfall of entire sections, as they succumbed to the depths of the Mediterranean Sea. As the years passed, the relentless embrace of sand and silt enveloped the ancient ruins, while the ever currents of the Nile's estuary swept away the remnants, shrouding them from sight. Heracleion vanished without a trace, erased from existence. For more than a millennium, the city lay concealed beneath the ocean's embrace, its existence murmured, in hushed tones by Herodotus, and a select few Greek scholars. It was a tale that few dared to entertain, a whisper of a possibility that lingered in the shadows of doubt. It was in the year 2000 that a remarkable revelation unfolded, as French underwater archaeologist Frank Gaddio unearthed something astonishing. Off the coast of Aboukir Bay, in the depths of the silt-rich seabed, a city rested, untouched and preserved like a time capsule. Biding its time beneath 30 feet of water, from the depths emerged colossal statues, shipwrecks, gold coins, and inscribed steles, telling a tale that Heracleion had not vanished into oblivion, but rather lay in slumber beneath the waves. In its prime, Heracleion stood as a vibrant hub, far exceeding the role of a mere coastal outpost. In the vibrant tapestry of Egypt's international trade, it stood as the pulsating heart, the initial destination for foreign merchants and emissaries eager to journey deeper into the enchanting embrace of the Nile's interior. Nestled close to the canopic mouth of the Nile, the city served as a vital customs checkpoint and a vibrant cultural gateway. All that arrived by sea to Egypt first made its way through her vessels brimming with olive oil, wine, fragrant incense, shimmering silver, aromatic cedarwood, and exquisite textiles made their way from the Aegean and the Levant. In exchange, Egypt presented its renowned exports, the delicate papyrus, bountiful grain, fine linen, exquisite glassware, and shimmering gold. In the ancient city of Heracleion, the vibrant tapestry of trade and commerce began to unfold, where every transaction was meticulously recorded, taxed, and sanctified, all while the vigilant gaze of priestly officials and sacred statues bore witness to the unfolding drama of human endeavor. The Greeks who ventured into that realm were captivated, yet frequently awed by the wonders that unfolded before their eyes. The temples rose majestically, hewn from massive stone blocks, their grandeur accentuated by towering statues that reached heights of over 5 meters. Among the many temples, one loomed larger than the rest, a grand sanctuary devoted to Amen-Drab, the remarkable blend of the Egyptian god Amen and a revered local deity. In this sacred place, the pharaohs sought the divine favor that would affirm their reign, engaging in ceremonial coronations that solidified their rightful place in the hearts of both the gods and their people. And yet, Heracleion was more than a mere tapestry of faith and commerce. In this vibrant city, a tapestry of cultures intertwined, as Egyptians, Greeks, Phoenicians, Libyans, and many others came together, sharing their lives, their work, and their stories. From the depths of the ocean, treasures have emerged in the ancient tongues of Greek and Egyptian, amulets that whisper tales of the past, exquisite jewelry that glimmers with history, and tax records etched into tablets, each telling a story of a time long gone. These discoveries unveil a vibrant city that flourished not in solitude but through its bonds, a city that pulsated with life through its exchanges with the broader Mediterranean realm. In the depths of the sea, Frank Gaddio has unveiled a treasure trove of history, revealing more than 70 ancient shipwrecks. These vessels once navigated the bustling waters of Heracleion, transporting goods to and from its lively docks. Anchors, ceramics, and coins weave a tale of trade that was not only vast, but also meticulously governed in the heart of the ancient world. Temples meticulously chronicled the flow of wealth, taxes gathered from the bustling trade of cargo, gold destined for the state, and fragrant incense offered to the divine. In essence, Heracleion was the heartbeat of Egypt's waters, a realm where celestial power intertwined with global trade. It rose majestically as the sentinel of the Nile, inviting the world in while safeguarding its mysteries until the ocean swept them away. Among the most remarkable discoveries regarding Heracleion, the true wonders lie not in the coins or ships, but in the grand temples that continue to slumber beneath the waves. These were not mere shrines hidden away in shadows. They were grand, monumental edifices crafted from limestone and granite, devoted to deities who governed the Nile and the very universe. In the heart of the city stood the magnificent temple of Amen-Drab, a grand religious complex that undoubtedly played a dual role in the realms of power and devotion. In this sacred place, pharaohs sought the blessings of the divine, engaging in rituals that would affirm their rightful rule. Heracleion was more than a mere customs checkpoint. It served as a sacred site of coronation, where Egyptian rulers forged a spiritual bond with the divine order, embodying the essence of Mayat. Yet, the true wonder lies in the remarkable endurance of it all. As Frank Gaddio and his team plunged Into the murky depths of Abuka Bay, they unearthed magnificent statues, some remarkably still poised in their majestic stance. Some towered over 5 meters high, featuring a grand statue of the god Hapi, the embodiment of abundance, and the life-giving Nile's floods. Among them were statues of queens and pharaohs, each one carved with remarkable precision, telling tales of grandeur and legacy. What's even more astonishing is that some were discovered almost completely preserved, even after being submerged for more than a millennium. In that moment, the stele emerged, towering stone slabs adorned with intricate hieroglyphs, each telling a tale of its own. Among the remarkable discoveries was the Decree of Nectanebofi, a significant proclamation etched into granite that detailed religious laws and the privileges of the temple. The very existence of this underwater marvel is nothing short of miraculous, serving as undeniable evidence that Heracleion transcended mere legend, emerging instead as a significant religious center supported by the powers of the state. In the ancient city of Heracleion, the temples stood as more than mere places of worship. They were sanctuaries of wealth and wisdom, holding treasures both material and intellectual within their sacred walls. From the shores of the Mediterranean, a treasure trove emerged. Gold glimmered, alabaster jars gleamed, ritual knives whispered tales of ancient rites, and incense burners exhaled fragrant secrets. In the grand temple halls, statues of Osiris, Isis, and Horus stood sentinel, while ceremonial boats, once gliding through sacred processions, lay submerged, yet remarkably preserved, whispering tales of ancient rituals and divine reverence. The secrets these temples unveil are unmistakable. Heracleion stood as a beacon of spirituality, transcending its role as merely a bustling trade port. In this sacred space, the ancient rites wove the fates of monarchs, nurtured prosperity, and connected the earthly realm to the divine. Now hauntingly quiet yet eternally etched in stone beneath the undulating waters, for more than a millennium, Heracleion lay shrouded in mystery, entombed beneath the weight of sediment, erased from maps, and relegated by many to the realm of legend. Yet, as the dawn of the year 2000 approached, the tranquil hush of the sea was at last disturbed. French underwater archaeologist Frank Gaddio, supported by the European Institute for Underwater Archaeology, is on a remarkable journey. Wesson uncovered a revelation that would leave the world in awe: the submerged remnants of a city that had withstood the ravages of time. Gaddio dedicated countless years to the meticulous study of ancient texts and the exploration of the shadowy depths of Abukia Bay, located just off the coast of present-day Alexandria. Whispers of hidden secrets had lingered in the air of the region for ages. In the ancient texts of Herodotus, Strabo, and the Egyptian chronicles, whispers of a magnificent city, lost to time, beckon, each line a fragment of a grand tale waiting to be uncovered. With the aid of cutting-edge sonar and magnetometry, his team delved into the mysteries of the seafloor, uncovering anomalies shrouded beneath layers of silt. What surfaced was not merely a collection of remnants, but an entire city, hidden beneath the waves. Entire streets, winding canals, majestic temples, ancient statues, and forgotten shipwrecks rest in the stillness of the anaerobic depths, safeguarded from the relentless touch of erosion by blankets of mud and river sediment. Amidst the sands of time, the initial treasures unearthed were grand statues, featuring 2 magnificent 5-meter figures of a Ptolemaic king and queen, thought to embody a regal pair who once reigned over Heracleion. Not long after, a grand stele emerged, adorned with inscriptions in both Egyptian and Greek, affirming the identity of the city. The bilingual inscriptions unfolded like a captivating tale, offering tangible proof that Thonis and Heracleion were indeed the same city, known by different names to the Egyptians and Greeks. In the years that followed, Gaddio's team embarked on a remarkable journey, revealing more than 70 ancient shipwrecks, along with thousands of coins, weights, religious artifacts, and ceremonial vessels, each telling a tale of the past. The extraordinary nature of this discovery lay not only in its sheer volume, but also in the remarkable state of preservation. In a realm where time stands still, these artifacts lie undisturbed, shielded from the grasp of looters and the whims of weather, nestled beneath the protective embrace of silt. Frank Gaddio's rediscovery of Heracleion transcended mere archaeological achievement. It was a revival from the depths of history. A city once thought to be mere myth is now resurfacing, fragment by fragment, revealing a breathtaking view of a realm believed to be gone for all time. And perhaps the most thrilling aspect of all is that merely a small portion of the city has been unearthed. Heracleion lies in slumber, patiently anticipating the next descent into its depths. The ascent of Heracleion was nothing short of magnificent, yet its descent unfolded gradually, quietly, and with profound consequences. In a manner unlike cities, ravaged by flames or conflict, Heracleion slipped away into the depths of the sea, its disappearance a slow and haunting descent. Not a single day heralded doom. In a slow, relentless manner, the city succumbed to a tapestry of natural disasters that wove their way through the ages. These were not the loud, attention-grabbing events that dominate the news, but rather the subtle, insidious forces that quietly dismantled a once thriving civilization. It all began with the stirring of the earth beneath us, a tale woven from the threads of tectonic activity. In the heart of the Nile Delta, a land rich with tales of ancient wonders, lies a realm where the earth trembles with unseen forces. Here, the foundations of Heracleion, once a thriving city, stood precariously on this dynamic stage, ever susceptible to the whispers of the earth beneath. In the heart of the city, the ground beneath trembles with small but persistent quakes, gradually eroding the soft, waterlogged earth. This urban landscape, resting upon layers of silt and clay, lacks the steadfastness of firm bedrock, leaving it vulnerable to nature's subtle, yet relentless forces. Yet it was not solely the tremors that sealed the fate of Heracleion, realm of Earth's wonders. There existed a captivating event called liquefaction. Liquefaction occurs when the Earth, overwhelmed by water, surrenders its strength and can no longer bear the weight above it. Picture a smooth expanse of damp sand that unexpectedly transforms into a treacherous quicksand. And so the tale unfolds beneath Heracleion, as the ground trembled beneath the delta and the relentless rise of the sea drove salt water deeper into the land. The very earth transformed, turning to liquid as entire sections of the city succumbed to the depths. Structures, sacred places, and vessels alike sank into the earth, swallowed by the relentless embrace of the mire. As the years passed, the city unraveled, with canals spilling over their banks, quays crumbling into the depths, and temples leaning precariously, slowly disappearing beneath the waves. As the bustling port began to fade into disuse, the currents of trade shifted westward, breathing life into Alexandria, which ascended to newfound prominence. As the 2nd century BCE drew to a close, the once great city of Heracleion found its significance fading into the shadows of history. By the 8th century CE, it had nearly vanished, swallowed by the depths of the Mediterranean Sea. What sends shivers down the spine is the haunting reality of inaction. As if the hands of fate held everyone captive, leaving them powerless to intervene. Rhythm of nature unfolded with a deliberate grace, unwavering in its persistence. The inhabitants of Heracleion did not scatter in fear. They transformed, reconstructed, and sought solace in their hopes. And then, as if swept away by the winds of fate, it vanished without a trace. Vessels glided gracefully above the hidden remnants beneath the waves. Where the stone gods once reigned, fishermen now cast their nets, weaving tales of the past into the fabric of their daily toil. The recollection of the city dimmed, transforming its very name into a tale of old. Today, the descent of Heracleion serves as a poignant tale of loss. Even the mightiest of cities can meet their fate, not through the clash of swords, but by the gentle, relentless embrace of nature. Though Heracleion has slipped beneath the waves, the treasures unearthed from its depths weave a rich tapestry of the daily lives that once flourished in this vibrant Egyptian port. Heracleion was not just a place of rituals or governance. It thrived as a vibrant city, alive with the energy of markets, sacred temples, inviting courtyards, and the aspirations of its people. In the heart of the city, a hidden world unfolds beneath the surface, revealed through the whispers of underwater surveys. A delicate tapestry of canals weaves its way between sturdy stone buildings and bustling quays, telling tales of a vibrant past. Vessels glided through the waterways, carrying both cargo and travelers, reminiscent of the carts that traversed the streets of other towns. Heracleion, a city shrouded in mystery, was often likened to the Venice of Egypt, despite its existence long before Venice ever graced the waters. The architecture wove together the timeless elegance of traditional Egyptian forms, pylons, obelisks, and temple courts with the vibrant threads of Hellenistic influences introduced by Greek settlers. In this vibrant land, a tapestry of cultures thrived: Egyptians, Greeks, Phoenicians, Libyans, and a host of other seafaring merchants, each contributing their unique threads to the rich narrative of the community. Among the treasures unearthed are Greek amber, Egyptian scarabs, and shimmering gold coins bearing the visages of various rulers. In this vibrant tapestry of cultures, a symphony of languages filled the air, diverse deities were revered, and a rich array of traditions thrived, often harmonizing within the very walls of a single home. Faith wove itself into the very fabric of daily existence. Each dawn, the sacred rituals dedicated to divine beings such as Ammon, Isis, and Osiris unfolded with the same familiarity as the first meal of the day. Temples served a purpose beyond mere ceremony. They served as vibrant hubs of activity, providing livelihoods for artisans, scribes, and priests. They safeguarded riches, upheld justice, and meticulously documented tributes. From the depths of the site, Astelia Americus, unveiling intricate temple protocols that speak of the taxation of imported goods. This discovery illuminates the undeniable bond between religious life and trade, weaving a narrative of interconnection that shaped the community. From the embrace of the earth and the depths of the ocean, sustenance emerged. In the lush embrace of the Nile Delta, where brackish waters flowed, fish and shellfish thrived in abundance. Meanwhile, the fertile inland farms yielded a bounty of grains, figs, and the ever-popular beer, weaving a tapestry of sustenance and delight. Markets by the quays would have buzzed with life, vibrant with colors and scents of spices, textiles, and tales from distant shores. And naturally, there was a captivating display of entertainment. Amidst the grandeur of statues and inscriptions, one can almost hear the echoes of music and the rhythm of dance, celebrating vibrant festivals, particularly those dedicated to Osiris. These occasions were marked by ritual boat processions and captivating performances that brought stories to life. Heraklion was a realm of purpose and intrigue. It breathed with a pulse of its own. Ultimately, Heraklion transcended its identity as merely a port or a sacred location. It was a sanctuary. The inhabitants led simple lives under the watchful gaze of towering deities, blissfully ignorant that their existence would one day be woven into the fabric of myth, submerged beneath the waves. As the fortunes of Heraklion began to wane, a new city emerged just a short sail down the coast: Alexandria, a gem founded by Alexander the Great in 331 BCE. In numerous respects, Alexandria transcended Heraklion. It took its place, shining brightly as the gem of the Mediterranean, emerging as a vibrant core of Egypt's seafaring and scholarly pursuits. Yet, the bond between the two cities was not solely one of rivalry. It marked a significant chapter in the unfolding narrative of Egypt's political and cultural identity. In the days when Heraklion flourished, Egypt was under the reign of its own native dynasties. The city's significance was deeply intertwined with the ancient beliefs of Egyptian religion and its pivotal position at the gateway to the Nile Delta. In the bustling port of Heraklion, foreign vessels would come to be scrutinized, taxes meticulously gathered, and sacred ceremonies performed to sanctify the reign of kings. However, as the Ptolemies, the Greek rulers who followed Alexander, ascended to power, they turned their attention significantly towards embracing Greek customs, urban planning, and the intricacies of administration. In the heart of Alexandria, where the Grand Library stood as a beacon of knowledge, the massive lighthouse pierced the sky, and sweeping harbors welcomed the world. A tale of ambition and grandeur unfolded, crafted to dazzle and consolidate authority. In a bold move, the Ptolemies redirected the flow of trade through their newly established city, leaving Heraklion behind and embracing a vibrant Hellenistic capital instead. They brought in the grandeur of Greek architecture, the wisdom of philosophy, and the principles of governance, transforming Alexandria into a vibrant nexus of trade, science, art, and politics. Yet, for a while, the two cities thrived side by side. In the heart of Heraklion, the echoes of ancient rituals lingered, as sacred ceremonies continued to unfold and the temple stood steadfast, alive with devotion. Yet, the equilibrium was beginning to waver. The reins of governance shifted to Alexandria, drawing with them the distinguished classes and a spotlight from the world beyond. Heraklion gradually faded into a mere echo of its glorious past, remaining sacred and revered, yet losing its vital significance. Then arrived the environmental tempests, the ground's liquefaction, the relentless rise of the seas, and the ultimate engulfing of Heraklion. As the city sank into the depths, Alexandria emerged unscathed, its coastal stance more secure and resilient against the tides. It carried forth the rich legacy and the bustling traffic that Heraklion once reveled in. Today, the remnants of both cities weave together two narratives of the same tale. One rests beneath the waves, its stones cloaked in quiet, the other hums with vitality, even as much of its timeless splendor has dimmed. Yet, in the absence of Heracleion, Alexandria would not have come to be. The ancient city stood as the threshold and the bedrock, shaping the very future of Egypt. As Heracleion sank into the depths of the ocean, it carried away not merely the grand temples and statues, but also the ordinary possessions and revered artifacts that shaped the essence of life in this magnificent city. Thanks to the unique conditions of Abukia Bay, where the waters are low in oxygen and rich in silt, a remarkable array of artifacts has been preserved. This has enabled contemporary archaeologists to reconstruct not only the appearance of the city, but also the daily lives, labor, religious practices, and maritime activities of its inhabitants. In the realm of awe-inspiring revelations, one cannot overlook the magnificent statues, towering at heights exceeding 5 meters. Among these are the portrayals of Ptolemaic rulers, the revered Egyptian deities, such as Isis and Hapi, and the grandiose sphinxes that stand as timeless sentinels of history. Though time has claimed its toll, many remain where they fell, encircled by the remnants of the temple, as if the very instant of their downfall has been captured in the embrace of mud. Their expressions, posture, and inscriptions linger on, whispering tales of the artistic prowess of the city's craftsmen. Yet, it is not solely the grand that has endured. In a remarkable discovery, divers have unveiled a treasure trove of smaller artifacts, shimmering gold coins, sturdy lead weights, intricate ceremonial tools, exquisite jewelry, and delicate fragments of pottery. Among the many remarkable discoveries, there lay a hidden trove of bronze ritual vessels, each one a testament to the sacred ceremonies of the temple, adorned with elaborate inscriptions and rich religious iconography. These artifacts whispered tales of devotion and ancient practices. Among the treasures are oil lamps, writing implements, and personal embellishments, items one might have tucked away in a satchel or displayed on a home altar. Once upon a time, there existed a port known as Heracleion, a place where the echoes of its maritime legacy still resonate through the ages. More than 70 shipwrecks have been discovered, with many still holding their cargo, a testament to their storied pasts. Wooden hulls, anchors, and nautical tools weave a tale that reveals how ancient Egyptians and their foreign visitors charted their course through the waters of trade. Some ships seem to have met their fate while moored, hinting that they succumbed to the very seismic events that sealed the city's doom. Among the most enigmatic are the stelae, and the inscriptions that dance between two worlds, inscribed in the ancient tongues of Egyptian and Greek. These texts unfold as legal documents, religious edicts, and temple inventories, providing a vivid glimpse into the echoes of history. One stele unveiled the city's dual identity as both Thonis and Heracleion, unraveling a historical enigma that had captivated scholars for generations. In its depths, the sea transformed into an unintentional museum for Heracleion, a realm of decay, certainly, yet also a sanctuary of preservation. The artifacts drawn from the depths are more than mere remnants. They are vibrant echoes from a long-lost world, inscribed in stone, bronze, and the hush of time. Though Heracleion lies beneath the waves, its tale remains alive and vibrant. Indeed, the city's revival has ignited a new chapter in our comprehension of ancient Egypt's connection to the sea, its interactions with foreign cultures, and its ties to the divine. What was once brushed aside as mere legend, a name softly spoken by Herodotus, only partially accepted by learned minds, now stands as a compelling testament that history still guards mysteries eager to emerge from the depths. In numerous respects, Heracleion defies the conventional portrayal of Egypt as a civilization confined to the desert, tethered solely to the banks of the Nile. Once upon a time, there existed a vibrant maritime city, a place where cultures intertwined and the spirit of the world flowed freely. The culture thrived, dynamic and open, welcoming foreign influences while holding steadfast to its profoundly Egyptian essence. In the tapestry of history, the presence of bilingual inscriptions and the intertwining of Greco-Egyptian religious beliefs reveal a society rich in adaptability, fluidity, and complexity. For those who delve into the past, Heracleion is a treasure trove, offering not only tangible artifacts, but also rich narratives that breathe life into history. This enriches our comprehension of Egypt during the late dynastic and early Hellenistic eras. It reveals the essence of a vibrant port city, illustrating the dual role of temples as both sacred havens and administrative hubs, while also depicting how the relentless force of nature could gradually dismantle the gateway of an empire. Yet, The essence of the city transcends mere scholarship. It resonates with the very heartbeat of humanity. The statues, the coins, the wrecked ships, they weave tales of real lives lived. Merchants counting their wares, priests murmuring sacred words in the quiet of temple courtyards, sailors arriving in distant ports, beneath the watchful gaze of ancient stone deities, mothers invoking Isis for the protection of their beloved children. All of that life, held in the depths, quiet for a millennium, now finds its voice once more. The unearthing of Heracleion has profoundly transformed the trajectory of archaeology as we know it. It stands as evidence that hidden cities beneath the waves are not mere figments of imagination. As the tides rise and the climate shifts, contemporary scientists find themselves pondering the mysteries that may be hidden beneath distant shores. Once upon a time, there were magnificent places like Carthage, the storied streets of ancient Alexandria, and the vibrant lands of India and Southeast Asia. Heracleion has emerged as a guide for revealing history in the most surprising locations. Today, its wonders are showcased in museums, its narrative unfolds in documentaries and literature. Yet, the city lies in slumber beneath the waves, largely untouched, immense and poised for discovery. Heracleion has emerged from the depths of obscurity, yet it continues to hold its secrets, a spectral city straddling the realms of existence, murmuring through the ages from a submerged era of deities, commerce, and forgotten civilizations, in a time long past. Before the advent of modern dentistry and the wonders of fluoride toothpaste, our ancient ancestors grasped a painful reality. Toothaches are a true bane, and rather than merely enduring the pain, they sought out ways to alleviate it. Indeed, some of the earliest signs of care trace back nearly 9,000 years, revealing that our ancient ancestors were much more inventive in their medical practices than we often realize. In the ancient land of Mehrgar, nestled in what is now Pakistan, the diligent hands of archaeologists have unearthed human remains that whisper tales from around 7000 BCE. Their discovery left the scientific community in awe. A collection of skulls, each adorned with teeth meticulously drilled using flint tools, tells a tale of ancient craftsmanship. These were not mere accidents or signs of distress. They were deliberate, meticulously crafted openings, skillfully drilled into the molars. The teeth were from grown individuals, indicating they endured the drilling process successfully. And if that resonates with a sense of anguish, it likely was indeed. There exists no trace of numbing comfort, only the raw determination, jagged rocks, and an unwavering spirit to withstand suffering for the sake of solace. Imagine a time when these ingenious drills came to life, driven by bowstrings, employing a technique reminiscent of the ancient art of fire starting. With a rhythmic back-and-forth spinning, the flint bit would dance and grind into the enamel, creating a symphony of craftsmanship. Long before the rise of the Egyptian civilization, there existed a fascinating practice that marked the dawn of dentistry, a testament to humanity's quest for health and care through the ages. What compelled them to take that action? Whispers of ancient practices tell us that the purpose may have been to cleanse away decay, ease the burden of abscesses, or perhaps even to fulfill a sacred ritual. In certain instances, the teeth revealed traces of bitumen or resin, possibly employed to seal the cavity afterward, representing a rudimentary approach to filling. This was but one thread in a larger tapestry. In various ancient cultures, teeth underwent processes of filing, extraction, and even staining. In various African and Indonesian cultures, the practice of tooth modification emerged, often transcending mere medical necessity. It served as a profound expression of social identity and a means of spiritual safeguarding. Yet, the truth endures. In a time long past, people recognized the value of their teeth and bravely took matters into their own hands when decay began to creep in. In those ancient times, dental issues were not merely a source of irritation. They held the potential to be fatal. In a time when the threat of an untreated abscess loomed large, bringing with it the specter of infection, fever, and even death, the desperate measures taken to drill out the rot, however rudimentary, could very well have been the difference between life and demise. Even without porcelain crowns and Novocaine, prehistoric people possessed a surprising level of understanding. With unwavering bravery and astonishing skill, they confronted dental agony using nothing but stone tools, laying the groundwork for the unfolding saga that would follow. In the realm of ancient medicine, Egypt frequently takes center stage, and the art of dentistry was no different. In ancient times, the Egyptians recognized the challenges of dental health and, in their wisdom, established a whole realm of medicine dedicated to addressing these issues. Once upon a time, in the ancient land of Egypt, there lived a remarkable figure named Hesed. This skilled individual, known as the world's first dentist, practiced his craft around 2600 BCE, during the illustrious reign of Pharaoh Djoser. Upon his tomb is inscribed the title, Chief of Dentists and Physicians, hinting at the esteemed status that dental care held in the ancient kingdom. However, if you envision a serene clinic adorned with gleaming copper instruments and cheerful patients, prepare for a different reality. In the land of ancient Egypt, the art of dentistry unfolded as a captivating tapestry, woven with both skilled practices and enchanting spells. In the ancient scrolls of the Ebers Papyrus, a treasure trove of wisdom from 3,500 years ago, one can find remedies crafted for the woes of toothaches, infections, and the afflictions of gum disease. In the realm of ancient remedies, one might find the intriguing combination of chewed herbs and honey, each possessing their own remarkable ability to combat harmful microbes. Yet, there were those who believed in the power of placing a lifeless mouse upon the throbbing tooth, accompanied by the chanting of incantations to banish malevolent spirits. Not quite up to Ada's standards. The ancient Egyptians possessed a keen awareness of the importance of maintaining oral hygiene. In their daily rituals, they crafted toothbrushes from twigs, nibbled on fragrant sticks to enliven their breath, and concocted a primitive form of toothpaste, using crushed eggshells, ox hooves, pumice, and myrrh. It had a rough edge, a rawness, that wasn't exactly refreshing. Yet, it got the job done. When we delve into the annals of history, we uncover fascinating tales woven into the fabric of ancient practices. Evidence from excavated mummies reveals intriguing attempts at dental surgery, showcasing the ingenuity of those who walked the earth long before us. Certain skulls reveal molars that have been meticulously drilled, reminiscent of those found in ancient Pakistan, while others display abscesses that seem to have undergone a careful draining process. Evidence reveals the use of primitive splints crafted to steady wayward teeth. Yet, it is probable that many Egyptians endured dental issues, facing them with little to no significant intervention. Their diet, rich with stone-ground bread, brought forth an abundance of sand and grit, wearing down their teeth prematurely and leading to fractures along the way. In a fascinating discovery, archaeologists have unearthed gold wires and metal bands within several skulls, hinting at what may be some of the earliest instances of dental bridges or stabilization devices. Their origins may spark discussion, whether they were embraced during life or introduced later, yet they undeniably reveal a singular truth. The Egyptians engaged in imaginative endeavors to safeguard the integrity of the mouth's structure. At its core, the practice of dentistry in ancient Egypt wove together threads of scientific understanding and mystical beliefs. They grasped the concept of infection, honed their skills in hygiene, and delved into the art of surgical tools, all the while calling upon deities such as Sekhmet and Thoth for guidance. Though they lacked anesthetic, their ambitions soared, and that transformed everything. As the Egyptians blended myrrh and ox hooves into their gritty toothpaste, the Etruscans of ancient Italy were crafting a tale of innovation with their pioneering dental prosthetics, a testament to their flair for the extraordinary. In an age long before the Romans claimed their reign over the Mediterranean, a group of remarkable artisans was at work, fashioning what might be seen as the earliest dental bridges. These creations, both elegant and functional, addressed the challenge of missing teeth and would leave a lasting mark on the art of dentistry for generations to come. Long ago, around 700 BCE, the Etruscans left behind burial sites that tell a tale of their time. Among the artifacts, skulls adorned with gold bands and delicate wire ligatures reveal the practice of securing replacement teeth, a glimpse into their fascinating customs. These were not merely practical solutions. They represented a mark of prestige. In numerous instances, the new teeth were anything but artificial. Real human or animal teeth, occasionally from oxen, were meticulously arranged alongside the living teeth, secured with delicate loops of fine gold. It unfolded with a gentle touch, each detail meticulously crafted, and perhaps it carried a hint of anguish. Yet, it proved successful. In the realm of metallurgy, the Etruscans shone brightly, their expertise even reaching into the intricate world of dentistry. The golden bands woven into their bridges were pliable enough for deft hands to shape, yet sturdy enough to cradle teeth with unwavering strength. These were not mere band-aids for the everyday folk. Instead, these were bespoke dental creations for the upper echelons of society. probably crafted by adept metal artisans or physicians linked to esteemed religious or noble families. It's truly captivating to witness the beauty woven into their dental solutions. These bridges held a deeper significance beyond mere functionality. They were designed to bring balance to the face and maintain one's natural beauty. Long before the advent of modern cosmetic dentistry, the Etruscans grasped a profound truth. Missing teeth transformed not only the act of chewing, but also the very contours of one's visage. In a world where the threads of appearance and status wove a complex tapestry, this held significant weight. While direct evidence of extractions or surgeries remains elusive, the existence of dental appliances indicates a proactive approach to oral health, hinting at motivations beyond mere medical necessity. Much like their grand tombs and ornate jewelry, the dental work of the Etruscans tells a tale of a society that placed great importance on presentation, legacy, and dignity, even in the face of mortality. Among the remnants, certain dental bridges lingered even after burial, hinting at their use during life and their journey into the afterlife. This reveals a profound connection between dental care and personal identity, in a realm untouched by modern dental solutions. The Etruscans crafted gold-bound bridges, a testament to their ingenuity and grace, illuminating the smiles of a civilization that was truly ahead of its era. As the Roman Empire ascended to greatness, the art of dentistry had transformed into a fascinating blend of practical remedies, daring surgical endeavors, and dubious beauty enhancements. The Romans not only absorbed medical wisdom from the Etruscans and Greeks, but they also enriched it, organized it, and infused it with their own distinctive Roman character. Envision a time when dental care was steeped in tradition, yet executed with a precision reminiscent of a well-oiled machine, all while incorporating the sharp tang of vinegar as a final flourish. In the annals of Roman medical literature, one figure stands out: Aulus Cornelius Celsus. He meticulously chronicled dental procedures within the pages of his renowned medical encyclopedia, De Medicina. He observed methods for removing teeth, alleviating toothaches, and even purifying the mouth using gritty powders crafted from crushed bones, oyster shells, and charcoal. Some recipes featured an ingredient that may seem shocking by today's standards, yet it offered a natural source of ammonia, a powerful cleaning agent. Indeed, the Romans employed urine as a mouthwash, gathered from distant lands such as Portugal and Gaul. This treasure was cherished for its remarkable ability to brighten smiles. In the grand tapestry of ancient Rome, those of noble standing, in their quest for radiant smiles, endured the peculiar ritual of gargling fermented ammonia each day, only to cleanse their breath with a swig of wine or a splash of vinegar. It appears that the allure of vanity can triumph over feelings of disgust. In addition to that, Roman physicians wielded forceps, scalpels, and dental elevators for the art of extractions and oral surgeries. In the depths of excavation sites, metal tools emerged from the earth, revealing the presence of surgical kits. This discovery paints a vivid picture of a time when dentistry, though fraught with discomfort, was a familiar practice among those who walked the land. Brave soldiers, in their quest for valor, sought care for broken or abscessed teeth, for their oral health was deemed essential to their readiness for battle. The affluent, in contrast, enjoyed the privilege of early prosthetics, drawing inspiration from the intricate designs of the Etruscans. Among these were bridges bound with shimmering gold wire, and replacement teeth crafted from the finest ivory or bone. In a manner reminiscent of those who came before them, the Romans regarded teeth as emblems of social standing. A radiant, white smile was seen as a symbol of beauty, strength, and noble lineage, particularly in the bustling spaces of the Forum or the serene baths. Even the wise Pliny, the elder, had his say, suggesting curious remedies, such as the ash of a burnt mouse for toothaches or the refreshing chew of mint to banish bad breath. His creations, though unconventional, revealed the profound connection between oral health and the daily rhythms of Roman existence. Ultimately, the realm of Roman dentistry stood as a testament to both its remarkable advancements and its unforgiving nature. Indeed, it brings a deep sense of anguish, occasionally effective, in an empire where control, hygiene, and appearance reigned supreme. The care of one's teeth became a duty, embraced with peculiar methods that might seem strange to the uninitiated. In a time when ancient Mediterranean civilizations crafted tools of gold wire and crushed bones for dental care, the Maya of Mesoamerica were transforming the practice of dentistry into a breathtaking art form. For the Maya, altering one's teeth transcended mere health considerations. It revolved around the essence of status, the quest for identity, and the profound layers of spiritual symbolism. They transformed smiles. They embellished them, sculpted them, and set them with exquisite gems, all without the comforts of contemporary anesthesia. In the heart of ancient civilizations, archaeological discoveries from regions now known as Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras unveil skulls adorned with elaborate dental artistry, a testament to a rich cultural heritage that stretches back more than a millennium. In the vibrant world of the Mayans, many elites adorned their front teeth with exquisite inlays of jade, turquoise, hematite, or obsidian, a practice that took place not in the stillness of death, but in the lively embrace of life. With great care, the inlays found their place within the small, precisely drilled holes of the enamel, crafted using rudimentary rotary tools adorned with obsidian and other keen stones. Legend has it that they harnessed the power of water, powdered quartz, and even the essence of plant resins, crafting them into lubricants and adhesives to secure the gems in their rightful places. The meticulous nature of these changes is truly remarkable. The drilled holes exhibit a remarkable symmetry and cleanliness, leading researchers to conclude that the Maya possessed a profound knowledge of dental anatomy, even if they did not articulate it in contemporary medical language. In a fascinating turn of events, the evidence reveals a striking absence of nerve damage or infection, hinting that these procedures were not only prevalent but also carried out with remarkable success. But what was their reason for taking such action? Within the depths of cultural significance, the answer unfolds. In the world of the Maya, the mouth held great significance, a sacred vessel from which breath and speech flowed, embodying the essence of communication and life itself. Transforming teeth served as a sacred tribute to the deities, a mark of high standing, or a means to connect with the celestial energies. Jade, for instance, was linked to the essence of life, the blessing of fertility, and the grace of divine favor. A ruler adorned with jade-inlaid teeth was not merely displaying opulence, they were channeling a profound sense of sacred authority. In the fascinating world of the Maya, a unique practice emerged: tooth filing. This art involved reshaping canines and incisors into pointed forms, reminiscent of vampire fangs, or intricate, symbolic glyphs, each telling a story of cultural significance. In certain instances, the designs echoed the shapes of animals, perhaps calling forth a sense of spiritual guardianship or metamorphosis. In the realm of dental practices, some works were steeped in ceremony, yet the whispers of history reveal that others were crafted for practicality, addressing filled cavities and drilled abscesses with care. In a time long past, the Maya engaged in more than mere ritualistic artistry. They were pioneers in addressing genuine dental issues, well ahead of their European counterparts in the realm of dentistry. For the Maya, the art of dentistry intertwined medicine, magic, and beauty, crafting a perspective that shone through every radiant smile. In the ancient lands of China, the art of dentistry was not a standalone practice. Rather, it was intricately woven into the rich tapestry of traditional Chinese medicine. TCM. In the wisdom of Chinese physicians, the mouth was not merely a separate entity. Instead, it was seen as a mirror, reflecting the overall health of the entire body. A sore tooth was more than a mere dental concern. It whispered tales of internal discord, hinting at the delicate dance of the organs, especially the stomach and kidneys. In a time long past, the Chinese, with their unique ingenuity, crafted a remarkable approach to dental care. Rather than relying on drills or bridges like their contemporaries, they embraced a rich tradition of preventive and herbal dentistry, a legacy that flourished over centuries. In the ancient times of 3000 BCE, texts such as the Wangdi, known as the Yellow Emperor's Canon, began to weave tales of dental troubles. Long ago, wise practitioners charted the pathways of energy, weaving connections between the teeth and the organs they served. Consider this: discomfort in a lower molar could hint at underlying troubles in the bladder or stomach. Instead of merely addressing the symptom, Chinese medicine aimed to restore harmony through the artful use of diet, acupuncture, and herbal remedies. To ensure the vitality of our teeth, the importance of daily oral care was highlighted. In ancient times, individuals would savor the essence of fragrant twigs from aromatic trees such as willow and miswak, using them to cleanse their teeth. Much like the modern toothbrushes we know today, they employed saltwater rinses, crushed herbs, and even powdered bone to diligently scrub away the buildup. In the realm of oral care, tooth powders were crafted with a blend of cloves, mint, rhubarb root, cinnamon, and ginseng. Each ingredient played its part in the age-old quest for fresh breath, soothing inflammation, and fortifying the gums. In the realm of ancient healing, toothaches found their remedy through the delicate art of acupuncture. Practitioners would skillfully target specific points along the jaw, neck, and even the hands, weaving a tapestry of relief and inviting the body to embark on a journey of healing. In this gentle method, one would often find poultices accompanying the treatment. These were blends of finely ground herbs, carefully applied to the gums, to draw out infection or soothe swelling. In a fascinating twist, ancient Chinese writings spoke of remarkable methods for tooth regeneration, employing mineral pastes or engaging in spiritual rituals that incorporated dragon bones, fossilized remnants of animals, thought to embody powerful qi, the essence of life itself. In ancient times, bones were transformed into fine powders, often blended with wine or herbs, crafting a primitive yet potent medicinal paste. In the annals of early Chinese civilization, one finds scant evidence of surgical intervention or tooth extraction. This scarcity may well mirror a profound cultural reverence for preservation and balance, steering clear of invasive measures in favor of harmony. In numerous respects, their emphasis on prevention, wholesome diets, diligent hygiene, and overall balance reflects some of the finest principles found in contemporary holistic dentistry. In the wisdom of ancient China, the journey to a healthy mouth was not merely about the mouth itself, but rather the balance and harmony of the whole body. That set the stage for well-being. In the ancient land of India, the care of one's oral health was woven into the rich tapestry of daily life, not seen as a separate endeavor. It was seen as an essential element of the body's harmony and vitality, deeply embedded in the age-old healing tradition called Ayurveda, with roots stretching back more than 3,000 years. Ancient Ayurvedic texts, such as the Karaka Samhita and Sushruta Samhita, weave a rich tapestry of insights on dental care, tooth ailments, and remedies, many of which resonate harmoniously with contemporary knowledge. The Ayurvedic approach to dentistry weaves a narrative of prevention, purification, and the sacredness of daily rituals. Among the timeless traditions, there existed the practice of Danta Davana, a daily ritual of cleansing the teeth with herbal chewing sticks. These sticks are sourced from particular trees, such as neem, licorice, or babool, each possessing their own antibacterial qualities. Individuals would gnaw on one end until it became frayed, then employ it as a tool to clean their teeth. Tradition endures in certain corners of rural India even now, yet the journey of oral care continued beyond those boundaries. In the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda, there exists a practice known as oil pulling, or kavala, where one swishes oil, often sesame or coconut, in the mouth for several minutes, embracing the art of holistic health. This practice transcended mere hygiene. It was thought to draw out toxins from the body while fortifying teeth, gums, and jaw. Recent research has unveiled that the age-old practice of oil pulling might indeed diminish harmful bacteria and enhance gum health, lending a touch of scientific validation to traditional wisdom. In the ancient text, known as the Sushruta Samhita, crafted by the skilled hands of Sushruta around 600 BCE, one can find detailed chapters dedicated to the art of tooth extraction, the treatment of jaw fractures, and the remedies for oral ulcers. In ancient times, Sushruta unveiled a fascinating array of surgical instruments, crafted for the delicate task of extracting damaged teeth and alleviating the pain of abscesses. With iron tools in hand and herbal pastes to cleanse and purify, he embarked on a journey to heal, blending the art of surgery with the wisdom of nature. He suggested the use of cauterization, a method of searing the infected area with a heated instrument, for those severe instances of decay or gum disease. Excruciating, indeed, yet deliberate. In the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda, dental diseases are woven into distinct categories. Dantaharsha, which speaks to tooth sensitivity; Danashakara, the tale of tartar buildup; and Dantaveshta, the saga of gum inflammation. Each treatment was uniquely crafted to align with an individual's dosha, whether it be Vata, Pitta, or Kapha. This personalized approach could encompass dietary adjustments, herbal rinses, and even meditation, all aimed at alleviating the burdens of stress-related grinding or jaw tension. In the eyes of the ancient Indians, the mouth stood as a revered portal, a conduit where the essence of speech, sustenance, and breath intertwined and flowed. Maintaining cleanliness, health, and balance transcended mere health choices. It became a sacred duty. In Ayurveda, dentistry transcended mere medical practice. It became a sacred ritual of harmony, uniting the body, mind, and spirit in a daily dance of balance. In the ancient Greek world, the realms of medicine and dentistry were intricately woven with the threads of philosophy, keen observation, and the nascent study of anatomy, in contrast to certain civilizations that viewed disease through a spiritual lens. The Greeks, particularly from the classical period onward, embarked on a quest for rational explanations for suffering and deterioration, including problems related to dental health. In an era devoid of modern dentists, the physicians of the time engaged in remarkably sophisticated practices of oral care, showcasing their ingenuity and understanding of health. In ancient Greece, brilliant minds such as Hippocrates and Aristotle delved into the mysteries of teeth, exploring their significance through the lenses of medicine and anatomy. In the annals of history, Hippocrates emerges as a pivotal figure, often revered as the father of medicine. He meticulously detailed the intricate structure and eruption of teeth, delved into the causes of tooth decay, and even outlined methods for extraction, weaving a narrative that laid the groundwork for future generations in the realm of dental care. He held the conviction that disruptions in the bodies for humors' blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile could pave the way for dental ailments, particularly gum infections, and the torment of tooth pain. In the world of the Greeks, the choices made at the table were intricately woven into the tapestry of oral health. Experts cautioned that foods that are soft, sticky, or excessively sweet might lead to decay. In place of that, the delightful crunch of foods such as apples, grains, and legumes was celebrated for their ability to sweep away residue from teeth. In the tales of old, one might hear of the delightful act of chewing mastic gum, a resin harvested from the mastic tree, known for its ability to freshen breath and cleanse the mouth. This cherished tradition continues to thrive in the Mediterranean, echoing through the ages. In times of trouble, Greek healers turned to a variety of treatments, from the soothing touch of herbal remedies and poultices, to the boldness of early surgical techniques. In days gone by, tooth extractions were performed with metal forceps, frequently without the comfort of anesthesia. The agony was profound, yet at times it found solace in the embrace of herbal sedatives such as opium, poppy, mandrake, or henbane. In the realm of healing, physicians wielded their tools with precision, employing lancing techniques to free the body from the grip of infection. This ritual was often accompanied by the cleansing touch of salt or the purifying embrace of wine, ensuring that the wounds were not only tended to, but also fortified against further affliction. Aristotle displayed a remarkable fascination with teeth, even observing that men and women possessed varying numbers of molars. Though this assertion proved to be incorrect, it highlighted his dedication to organizing and understanding human anatomy. In ancient times, the Greeks took note of unusual dental phenomena, including the late emergence of teeth, and the intriguing condition of being born without them. In the past, dentistry was woven into the fabric of general medical training, not yet recognized as a distinct discipline. Healers addressed a myriad of ailments, from the painful grip of ulcers to the sharp breaks of fractures, and teeth were merely another facet of the human form to be examined and restored. At its core, ancient Greek dentistry wove together the threads of science, keen observation, and the endurance of pain. It may not have been glamorous, yet it was rooted in the conviction that the body, including its teeth, could be comprehended, anticipated, and refined through reason and knowledge. Throughout the ages and across myriad cultures, the journey of ancient dentistry unfolded not as a straightforward path, but as a rich tapestry woven with threads of innovation, ritual, and unwavering resilience. From the flint drills of ancient Pakistan to the golden bridges of it, from jade inlaid Mayan molars to the practice of Ayurvedic oil pulling, early societies navigated the realm of dental care with a blend of courage, creativity, and essential need. In a time long past, when tools were simple and the relief from pain was a distant dream, ancient cultures wove tales of remarkable ingenuity and progress. In a time devoid of bacteria theory or X-rays, they possessed a keen awareness that rotting teeth brought forth pain, and with all their ingenuity, they sought to alleviate that suffering. In a time long past, there existed a group of skilled individuals, dentists, healers, priests, and artisans, who ventured into the realm of oral care. With their tools, they would drill away decay, employ herbs to soothe pain, and create prosthetics to maintain one's appearance. These pioneers, in their dual roles, wove together the threads of a medical art that would one day evolve into a respected modern profession. Even more remarkable is the way ancient dentistry intertwined with various fields of knowledge. It transcended the boundaries of mere medicine, weaving together threads of spirituality, aesthetics, philosophy, and the intricate dance of politics. In certain cultures, a dazzling smile adorned with gemstones symbolized heavenly blessings or elevated social standing. In some cultures, the absence or irregularity of teeth was seen as a reflection of one's inner turmoil, or even regarded as messages from the divine. It appears that the realm of oral health extends far beyond the simple act of chewing. The remnants abandoned obsidian blades, copper probes, gold ligatures, herbal scrolls whisper tales that weave through the fabric of distant lands. They revealed that those from ancient times, frequently perceived as primitive or superstitious, were indeed inquisitive problem solvers. They observed, they explored, and they shared the wisdom of what proved effective. With many of their traditions still thriving today, we continue to weave the threads of our dental care, flossing, rinsing, and brushing with dedication. In our creations, we weave together the essence of herbal wonders, such as clove, mint, and myrrh. Some still embrace time-honored traditions, such as oil pulling or the practice of chewing neem sticks, not out of nostalgia, but due to their effectiveness. In the grand tapestry of time, modern dentistry, adorned with its marvels of implants, lasers, and 3D imaging, stands in stark contrast to the ancient practices of stone drills and mouse skull poultices, yet the aim endures unwavering. Ease, discomfort, protect smiles, and enhance well-being.